Are 7-4, but in the East Division, you've got the Gol'Diggers are 9-3, the Wild Things are 6-3, and the Aviators are. In the Central, you got the Crackers at 7-4, the Bucks, Brookhaven Bucks at 6-4, and the Atlanta Blues at 6-7. And in the West, Columbus are 5-6, the Choccolocco Monsters are 4-7, and the Gwinnett Astros are 3-6. So they're playing really good baseball. And talking to a couple of the coaches there tonight, they indicate they've got a good group of kids this year, and they still call them kids even though they're basically in college. They got a good group of kids this year, and that makes a lot of difference when you're working with basically college kids, and you want to kind of gel them and let them work together in a 28, 30-game season.
You missed it back on Friday night. You need to go back to the YouTube channel and hear Dave Cohen's interview with the skipper, Mike Owings, about this team and the changes made this year compared to last year, Joe. And this year is more of a quote-unquote team here with the Gainesville Gol'Diggers, and that's been really this meaning of their success. One time they had a 6-game winning streak here early in the season. They hold a game-and-a-half lead, 1.5-game lead over the Wild Things here in the Sun Belt League East. And so this is a very important ball game for the team. We're back here on Friday and Saturday. So 3 games being played here this week, 4 overall for the Gol'Diggers as they'll take on the Alpharetta Aviators on Friday night and Saturday night. Right now we know it's going to be, those things change at 6:35 first pitch for both of those games.
And it's supposed to cool off a little bit, maybe about 3 degrees, 4 degrees. So maybe we'll get started at the 6:35 time frame and be maybe a little breeze coming off the lake those nights.
Think about it, we kept hearing today from the meteorologist in Atlanta, for example, that there was supposed to be like a 10 to 20 mile an hour wind blowing today, which I wonder how that would help with the heat. Be like a fan blowing hot air at you from that standpoint, but it really would have affected things this ball game if you had that kind of wind blowing here off the lake.
If you had that blowing off the lake, it'd affect the fly balls for sure. The wind was blowing, most of the morning when I would take the puppies outside, and when I left Canton coming over today, it was still kind of windy. But honestly, it wasn't blowing enough to affect the car ride. Obviously, I'm looking at the lake out here in one corner now, and you can see a little ripple on it, but. So it's got a breeze, but the trees aren't moving much. So maybe that's a good sign for the fielders that there won't be much wind. And Coach Owens is out there wetting the field down, so hopefully it won't be too dusty tonight.
And that's why he left us. He was about to have an interview. He said, guys, I got to go, because he knew he had to get this field ready.
Yep.
Because of that, he had to wait for Waleska to get through their infield. Now he's really wetting in that field, and it's going to drop in a hurry too.
Oh yeah, well, and it'll dry in a hurry with what little breeze and the sun baking it up, that for sure. They've already got it lined off and ready, so after he wets it down, maybe a little primping there on the pitcher's mound, I think he'll be good to go.
Yep, as you're tuned to Gol'Diggers Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM, your radio station for North Georgia Gospel, along with Joe Gelly, Mike Warford, our producer this evening, Nathan Laddie running the controls back at our studios in Gainesville, as we'll bring you Sunbelt League Baseball 3 times this week again on Friday and Saturday. The Alpharetta Aviators will come to Ivy Watson to take on the Gol'Diggers, and coming up Friday night, Joe, marks the midway point of the season. It just tells you how quickly it goes by.
And, well, and you mentioned that the other day, and I went back and looked at the schedule. I said, doggone. I said, it does go by in a hurry, because when you're playing 3 or 4 games a week, You know, like this week they've got the 4 games. Next week I think they got 4. They're all on the road, and they come back here for a couple of games the week of July the 4th. So it does go by in a hurry once you get to play them, that's for sure.
Season ends on July 25th, so really a month from this Saturday, the season will be over. Then you get ready for the postseason. And right now, you got to believe the Gol'Diggers will be one of the top teams in the Sun Belt League this year. Last year, they won the regular season championship and lost in the semifinals of the postseason playoffs. But we got more players coming. Talking with Michael last Friday night, he said, you know, I got 30 players right now. I got more wanting to play, but it's like, you know, I'd love to have them on the team, but you got to get these guys some playing time.
That's exactly right. They want to play. And, of course, days like today make it, I guess, good for the coaches because they can get them in and out because of the heat and everything. But other than batting 10, it's still like regular baseball. Once you sub, you've lost that guy like in the major leagues. So, you know, if Walford comes in for Gailey, Gailey's gone for the game.
Exactly.
You know?
And we saw that back on Friday night here at Ivy Watson Field. You had a chance to see several players come into the ball game. A lot of changes for both the Blues of Atlanta and also the Gainesville Gol'Diggers back on Friday night. With Gainesville winning both of those games against the Blues back on Friday and on Saturday, and then win the game against Waleska on Monday. So again, they got another winning streak going, Joe.
Another winning streak going, and you know they're playing well. The pitching's hanging in there. They're getting some key hits when they need to. You know, they've got, as I was putting my stuff together today, they've got, you know, and all of them hadn't played in all the games. You got one, like Sam Stewart's only played in 3 games, but you got 4 guys batting over 300. Then you've got another dozen or so at 200 or higher, and you know that sounds low when you think about the majors, Mike. But honest to Pete, that's pretty good based on the number of at bats you're getting and how many looks. Because as we've mentioned already this year, you know it really takes you about 100 swings or 100
Get this,
cuts.
I was wrong. I had that. Should have another 0. He told me the other night it was 15. I should have said 1,000 rather than 100. He said 1,500 swings. Get that. Can you imagine that?
1,500 swings to basically equal what you do with an aluminum bat.
Yes.
Yep.
Is that amazing?
That's, you know, that's a lot of cuts. That's a lot of cuts.
Well, I remember last year when we first started our broadcast of Gainesville Braves baseball back last year, now the Gainesville Gol'Diggers. He was talking with Dan Brown, our partner, and he was saying that, you know, he requires these players in their off time to be preparing for a game. So they need to be out there, you know, in a batting cage somewhere getting swings.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, that's what is key nowadays. If the kids, the younger kids listening, if they want to get better and advance, you've got to work at it. It's not one of those come out on game day and you're going to get better at it. No game. You got to work at it because the kids that want to advance, like the Mike Owenses and the Chris Carpenters and these guys, you really got to give it 6-7 days a week when you're young all the time. Basically 365 days a year. You might take off Christmas Day and New Year's Day. That's about it, folks. You're playing ball the rest of the time or practicing or hitting or whatever, whether it be hitting off a tee into a screen, whether you're pitching into a back, you know, just a net or whatever, you got to work.
Joe and I saw as a result last night, we were blessed to be invited to the North Hall baseball banquet this season. And you see really what Mike is doing, his team also really reminiscent of what North Hall is doing at the high school level here, is that you're playing small ball. You get a guy on, and we have seen Micah really aggressive out there on the base pass, trying to force the defense, the pitchers on the other team to do something special to get you out, and you keep trying to advance the runners. You play hit and run. Yeah, you've got some strength in this team with some home runs. You see the number of home runs the Gol'Diggers have so far this year. So it's a combination of getting the runners over once they get on base and then going with the long ball occasionally.
Well, you know, they've got 7 home runs, 18 extra base hits, which that's 25 extra base hits if you add them together. But you mentioned the small ball. In 12 games, they've had 55 stolen bases. You know, so they're averaging over 4 stolen bases a game, and that is big for any of these guys. You know, Mayo's 12 out of 15. He's the leader in that category. Well, I guess Bruiser would be. He's 13 out of 14. You know, so they got guys that are running a lot, but they're successful in the running.
Well, think about it. Is you're playing a board game at home. The closer you get to going to home and get, you know, as a boardwalk, for example, there with Monopoly, the closer you get to going to go, that's what you want. So if you can get around this base pass here, around the diamond, and you know, 90 feet closer to getting to home, that makes a lot of difference.
Oh, sure it does. I mean, you know, because like we've talked about and we've already seen it this year, a pass ball. is going to get you home. A little dribbler, a sharp hit ball like we saw earlier in the season, a sharp hit ball with a drawn-in infield, hits off the glove, boom, game-winning hit. So we've seen a lot of different scenarios that can score those runs. You know, we've had one this year where the guy was at third, the fielder grabbed it, looked him back, threw it overthrew the first baseman, boom, another run scored. So, you know, there's tons of ways. If you can get him to third, they probably can score.
And we are so glad you're with us here on 97.5 Glory FM. We'd love to hear from you. You can send us a text message. Let us know where you're tuned in to our broadcast this evening. Our text line is 470-660-1799. That's 470-660-1799. And thanks to everyone who are tuned in to our broadcast. I saw our first broadcast, Joe, that we did with the Chattahoochee back on June the 6th has almost 500 views so far.
Wow.
And it's amazing to see the interest in this team and also in the league. And we're seeing more and more of that with the interest to see these players participate this summer.
That's cool. That's cool. I know that we were blessed. We heard, you know, you've gotten several texts. I know Sam Gilliam's folks have been listening in and watching in. We had some folks from South Georgia listening and watching in. We had a really nice text talking about how good the job we did was very complimentary. We do appreciate it. We hope we do a good job. We just try to bring you the action, tell you what's going on.
With this Gainesville Gol'Diggers team 9-3 on the season with a 1.5 lead over the Waleska Wild Things, who are at 6-3, as Joe mentioned. One of the keys is, we mentioned about the hitting, Joe, has been the pitching, because look at the rotation that Mike has got right now with this ball club, and you've got like a 4 to 5 man rotation, and then you look at how they're able to go to the 5th, 6th inning, and then you got to get some guys some playing time, so you bring the guy in for a couple of 3 innings.
Well, and you know, the thing about it is when you bring in a fresh arm in the 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th inning, you know, you might go from a guy that's gone from 80 miles an hour down to 70. You bring a kid in that's all of a sudden he's throwing at 90. That's got a curve or a slider or something to add in there. And we saw that a couple of weeks ago. Zach Valentine didn't have a good outing the first time he was on. The second time he was lights out. You know, so you may see that tonight. Blake Wehunt's on the mound to start. He's had 11.2 innings pitched so far. He's 0-1 on the season. He struck out 17, and his ERA is just a tad over 3. So, you know, he's having a good season so far.
And the game we saw him here, he was outstanding, throwing a no-hitter the time he was here before he went to the bullpen. And going this past Friday night, we saw Halton Hardy pitch.
Yep.
And then he pitched, I think it was 5 innings, and then you had Jake Beaver coming in from Fly Branch and closing things out. So you had only 2 pitchers in the game. But you see, especially with this heat, Joe, and playing 4 games this week, you really had to manage your pitching staff. And who else could do it better than Mike, and also was Chris Carpenter?
Well, when you got those 2 guys, 2 former major league pitchers and hitters and all that stuff, these guys know the ins and outs, know how to work the players. They're doing a really good job with them.
And that's the thing about working the players and then getting them the experience that they need to get them better for the next step. And as Micah said in our broadcast back on Friday night, his #1 job is almost like a minor league coach to get these guys better when they head to college this fall.
Exactly right. You know, and some of them are going to be freshmen entering next year. Most of them are sophomores, juniors, or seniors coming in. So, you know, the main thing is they want to get more playing time, get more reps. That's what the goal is here. They get more reps and are able to move on in and keep going when they get back next fall, because they will have a fall season.
Yep.
You know, contrary to popular belief, baseball and college level, they do some stuff in the fall. They get together and you know, like when I was at Georgia College. Now I'm dating myself. It's been 40 years ago, but we had so many days of practice, and then we had a week where the coach had 2 captains. They divided the team up as equal as possible, and we had a 7-game World Series between the blue squad, or between the brown squad and the gold squad back then. And that's what we did for our last week, and it was really fun, enjoyable for the kids.
Well, you look at it, too, from the standpoint, you've got Xander Seacrest coming to the Gol'Diggers from the University of Tennessee after they lost in their super regional matchup with Notre Dame. He's coming here in the next couple of weeks. He'll be here for the month of July, and that stretch run in the month of July, that's going to be really important to see that, too.
Well, you see him come in there, and you know, when you got the guy that's been in that atmosphere, that this is going to be that's going to be a big help for the Gainesville Gol'Diggers here in July down the stretch.
We're getting close to the first pitch of tonight's ball game, as we'll have the starting lineups announced tonight by our #2 man. Ryan Casper has the night off as the voice of the Gol'Diggers. as Matt Paris will be the voice this evening. Then we'll have the playing of the national anthem. We'll take our time out during the pregame show. Then we'll get ready for the play-by-play coverage of Waleska and Gainesville tonight in Sunbelt League Baseball here on 97.5 Glory FM. Again, you can let us know where you're tuned into our broadcast. Send a text to 470-660-1799. 470-660-1799 as we bring you the information you need for you and your family throughout the day with the latest local news, sports, and weather here on your family radio station in North Georgia. And we bring you more local sports than any of the radio stations in North Georgia. We're doing something just found out every month throughout the year.
What's that now?
So we're doing sports every month throughout the
yes,
year.
We are. I'm sorry. We were talking to Matt, and I was just like, what?
Yes.
Yeah, we, last year when I retired and I called you up, I said, hey, I'm retired if you need me. He said, can you work more? And I said, yes, sir. Well, you put me to work. So
absolutely.
That's a good thing. I'm enjoying it. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's a great partnership. And, of course, thanks to Dave Cohen also. So we got a great crew here for you on our broadcast of Gainesville Gol'Diggers baseball. The only place you're going to hear Sunbelt League baseball. And we'd love to hear from you. It is a hot night. You see how the sky is, Joe. And the question is, how will the heat affect these players tonight?
Well, I know the coaches are hydrating them and making them drink a lot of Powerade water and all that stuff. And, that it's still going to get hot because if you're out there for an extended period of time, especially a pitcher, you might see it drag a little bit instead of where we've seen them pitch in a hurry or fairly quickly. They may slow down tonight. You never know.
Yeah, that's going to be the big thing, too, is you'll see the coaches. They'll be working with the umpires. I think also you mentioned, too, about the umpires here. They get to work out, too, tonight.
Well, and, I don't know that I've mentioned that this year. They've got a Sunbelt, a dark black Sunbelt umpire hat on. They've got a dark black shirt and gray pants. So, yeah, they're hot, too. And I noticed for the folks watching and listening, they are just listening. You got Miami Hurricanes colors on the Wild Things over there in their dark green tops with the orange pants and white and green pinstripe. And tonight, Gainesville's in all red tops, red bottoms with their black hats and with the gold bills. The managers are meeting with the umpires now to talk about everything. Looks like I've got a couple of new faces from my standpoint looking down at the umpires tonight that I haven't seen this year. So we'll see how it goes tonight. It's a good night for baseball. It's good and hot. Softball complex is going on. They got a couple of fields going over there. I remember playing over at the point on these hot nights, and that was the night you brought a jug of water and a cooler of ice and just tried to stay cool. Yes, sir.
And we're staying cool here in the old press box here. They got the fans going here, thankfully from that standpoint.
Yep.
But you'll get a chance to hear a little crowd noise where our mic just outside the window here. And you still got time to come on out and be with us.
Yep.
A great way to enjoy baseball this summer. It's only $7 to see the Gol'Diggers play, so it's a great way. Go ahead and get some supper here with the concession stand and enjoy Summer League baseball here from your home here at Ivy Watson Field, the Gainesville Gol'Diggers.
Yep, the owner's mom and wife are downstairs tonight. I stopped by when I was getting you a Coca-Cola a few minutes ago and I saw Miss Casper and Miss Casper, met them and chatted with them for a few minutes before I came back upstairs. So, yeah, this is full. And the grill guy said, you may have the hottest job for the night.
Oh, absolutely.
He said, yeah, I got the short stick tonight. So, so he was out there starting to grill the hamburgers and hot dogs. So, yeah, come on out and enjoy.
Looking forward to seeing what Blake Wehunt can do this evening on the hill for the Gol'Diggers as we get ready for the introduction of the players. So, Joe, I'll let you give the starting batting orders, please.
For the Wild Things, you got Chris Cole in center field wearing number 7. The second batter is number 19, Landon Underhill. He plays second base. Brett Blomqvist, the third baseman, he wears number 12. Batting cleanup is A.J. Fletcher. The shortstop wears number 18. Number 11, Matthew Maurer. He is the first baseman. Number 21, Cole Costco. He's the right fielder. You got 23, Miles Bowens. He's an EH. 38, Ricardo Leonette. He's an EH. Robert Trujillo, catcher. He's number 29. And Buck Olson is in left field. He's number 37. And we're fixing to go to the national anthem.
Yeah, we'll take it back to the station for a 2-minute timeout. You're tuned to Gol'Diggers Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. And we get ready for the first pitch of tonight's ball game. A little technical difficulty with our national anthem going across. But time now to start things off, try to play ball, and with the play-by-play story, here is Joe Gailey.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to us. We got Wild Things, and as I mentioned, in their Miami Hurricanes colors with the dark green tops, the orange bottoms with the orange and white pinstripe, and the green hats. Gainesville in all red tonight. Red tops with the gold and black pinstripe, and red pants with the black pinstripe and the black hats. Chris Cole will lead it off for the Wild Things. Chris is from Dallas, Georgia. Plays his college ball at South Georgia College. He's batting .321 on the season with 5 RBIs. Dylan Rowe Radons will be pitching for the Wild Things tonight. And Blake Wehunt will be pitching for the Gol'Diggers. Blake has pitched 11.2 innings this season. Giving up 9 hits, walked 6, struck out 17. He's 0-1, and he had just a tad over 3.09 ERA. So the left-hander Cole will step in. Defensively, you have Brooch, Mayo, and Ellard left to right in the outfield for Gainesville. Albertson, Moore, Brady Moore, Anderson, and Bruiser third to first. Blake Wehunt is pitching, and Sam Gilliam is catching for the Gol'Diggers this afternoon. Cole steps in. He's the center fielder. Got that protective sleeve or thing on his right ankle as he's a lefty. First pitch from Wehunt. Outside. Ball 1. 1-0.
And we are underway here from Ivy Watson Field.
And the time is 7:39 according to my clock. First pitch. That one is fouled off over the dugout on the third base side. 1-1.
And here's what Blake did in our last broadcast, throwing strikes.
Well, that's what you got to do in this league, and regardless of where the umpire's calling it, those strikes. You got to make them hit it. And I was looking at the Wild Things when I was getting their stuff together today. They've got 5 or 6 guys hitting over 300, so they've got a pretty good lineup. Foul back to the screen. Like I said, Cole's hitting .321 this season. Let's see. Underhill actually bats next. He's at .393 on the season. So a couple of guys that can hit it pretty good for Waleska to start off with. 1-2 pitch. Grounded kind of off his hand down to third base. Over to first. Threw over his head there. Thought they had it there. That was Albertson threw it over to Bruiser. That's going to be an E3, I do believe. The sun went in his eye, so that's why I think it was an E3 on that. Yeah.
Now batting number 19.
Cole will be on first with an error. And Landon Underhill, second baseman, will come up. Underhill, as I look through my roster, let me find him here. He's from Hurst, Texas. Plays his college ball at Mercer University down in Macon. .393 on the season, 8 RBIs. Wehunt with a runner on first. Here's the pitch. Strike called, outside corner.
Of course, we do have our representative from the Sun Belt League, official scorer to my left, to keep us up to date this evening.
Yes, sir. Wehunt with the 0-1 pitch. Close at first, but he beat it back, did Cole. Let's see. Blake is one of those southern Mississippi guys for his college ball.
At least for right now.
Pitch out, throw down to second. He's going to be safe as he got in just under the tag. Good throw down there, but just a split second late. So Cole with a stolen base gets him down to second, and should be 2 strikes now on Underhill. That was a call strike, I believe.
You see the importance of getting that leadoff man on and get him to the second base.
For sure. Wehunt steps off for just a second. Now comes back in contact with the pitching rubber. Gets set. Checks the runner. The pitch. Foul back over the third base dugout. It's 0-2 for sure now. Might be 1-2, but I think it's 0-2. You hear me taking a sip through my straw tonight? Yep, I'm drinking water continuously because it's a tad warm. Of course, we are inside. The fans are going and the air conditioner's on, so that helps a lot. The 0-2 pitch by Wee Hunt. Here it is. Ground ball down to third again. Looks to the runner back. Goes over to first for the out. Holds the runner, but Underhill will be out. 5-3 on the put out for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number
Yeah,
12.
good job of holding the runner there in scoring position at second.
Brett Blomqvist, the third baseman, wears number 12. Blomqvist is, if I can find him on my list, and give me a second because I've got the roster from the thing this morning, so I'm having to look all over. There he is. Ackworth, Georgia, but he plays his college ball at Western Kentucky. Batting .353 with 7 RBIs on the season. The pitch, runner going. Oh, came out there and the ball slipped out of his glove as it came in and allowed that runner to get down to third.
So call that a stolen base?
Yep. That's what I'm going to call it, a stolen base. He got a big jump off of Blake right there, about 2, maybe 3 steps, and was gone. Now the Cole is down at third. Blomqvist, the third baseman, stands in. Is 2-0 or 1-1.
The umpire's got to help us out.
The pitch, swung on and missed. It's something in 2 now. 1-2 or 0-2. 1-2. 1 man on, 1 man out.
Need a strikeout here.
Yes, we do. A.J. Fletcher is on deck. The pitch. Ground ball out to the second baseman. This time Anderson picks it up. The runner will score over to first. So an RBI fielder's choice by Blomqvist scored Cole for the first run of the game.
It'll be an unearned run for the Wild Things, and Waleska leads 1-0 here in the top half of the first inning.
4-3, you're going to put out. Now you have A.J. Fletcher, the shortstop, coming up. Fletcher wears number 18. And as I look for all of his information, there he is. He's from Alpharetta, Georgia. He's another Western Kentucky University man. Batting .167 with a couple RBIs. Swung on the mist.
So that's stolen base, both the second and third. The aggressive base running for the Wild Things.
See that a lot, as you mentioned, with North Hall this year and now with Gainesville so far this year. The 0-1 pitch to Fletcher. Here it is. Swung on a miss. Nice curveball. It drifted outside, and Fletcher was swinging all the way, it looked like, on that one. 1 run in, nobody on, 2 outs. Top of the first inning. The pitch. Outside corner call, strike 3.
And that'll do it for the Wild Things here in the top half of the first inning, but Waleska scores 1 run. On no hits, there was 1 error, and nobody left on base. At the end of a half inning of play, it's Waleska 1, and the Gol'Diggers are coming to bat here on 97.5 Glory FM. So the Gol'Diggers find themselves behind here in the bottom of the first inning in their first at-bat, trailing 1-0 on that unearned run when the leadoff man reached base on the error, then comes around to score after 2 stolen bases and the ground out. And it's the Wild Things 1 and the Gol'Diggers here with their first at-bat. Let's see what this pitcher from Waleska does, Joe.
Well, the Raydans is the pitcher, Dylan Raydans, for Waleska tonight. Left to right is Olson, Cole, and Costco. Blomqvist, Fletcher, Underhill, and Maurer are third to first. Raydans is pitcher, and Robert Trujillo is the catcher for the Wild Things. And as we mentioned, the pitcher, Ray Dans, he is pitched 11.1 innings, given up 12 hits, walked 4, struck out 16. He has a 3.97 ERA so far this season. He's a left-hander, pretty good sized kid. Says he's 6'4", sophomore.
Gainesville, number 2, Jackson Mayo.
Mayo, Roddy, and Anderson. First 3 up for Gainesville here in the bottom of the first. Jackson Mayo, one of the leaders on the team, batting .350 on the season, 14 hits. Need to get Jackson on. It seems like when Jackson gets on, good things happen. He's a center fielder for the Gol'Diggers. Lefty versus lefty. First pitch is called strike on the outside corner. The 0-1 pitch. That one's way outside there, 0-1. Jackson is, on page 2 here, is from St. John's, Florida, and from University of South Florida product. That one's a high fly ball, and it's going to be out of here. Home run over the right field fence. The right fielder just stood and looked at it. Mayo got all of that one, Michael. Ties it up at 1.
It just kept going, and then it was gone. And the ball carrying there to right field, and we're all tied now. It's 1-1.
Jackson stood there and watched that one for a second before he did his bat flip and trotted on around the bases. But he should have, because the right fielder knew that one was gone when he hit it, because he just took a couple steps and watched it go over the fence out there. Wow, he got all of it, that's for sure. Now, Mayo didn't have any home runs till then, but guess what? He's got one now, and now he's got 6 RBIs. Bryce Roddy, one of the H's, wears number 24. He's only played in 5 games, but he's batting .444. Got 4 hits, 1 extra base hit, and RBI so far. He's a left-handed hitter.
Let's see how the home run ball affects the pitcher here for Waleska.
Yep, see what he does to him for sure. Exactly right. That pitch is out on the outside corner. Look to be outside. It's 1-1 now.
And we've seen the umpires here in the Sun Belt League call that outside corner.
Roddy from North Greenville University product from Travelers Rest, South Carolina, swung on and missed. 1-2 now. Bryce wears number 24. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. First out of the inning for the Gol'Diggers. I'll bring up John Anderson. Anderson on the season, played in 8 games, batting .259 on the season. 7 hits, a couple extra base hits, got a home run to his credit. Let's see, John. Give me a second to find him here. Oh, that first pitch is going to be low and outside. John Anderson is a Georgia Tech man. The pitch swung on, lifted high over on the right-hand side. The first baseman goes back, makes, oh, he dropped it, I believe. He did. Yep, he went over and he kind of drifted back towards the line, but he misplayed it, and it went off his glove, in foul territory. Luckily for them, or it might have been a base hit. So just a long pop-up strike is all that was for John Anderson. John will stand back in. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Call strike. Must have been around the belt. The pitchers are doing a pretty good job this year from what I've seen, Mike. The location, that's what they got to work on stuff. Swung on, and that got the umpire. Foul tipped and got the umpire, not sure where, but we'll have time for just a minute as the third base umpire will come in and check on him. He's having to take your mask off, partner, get you a good breath and a drink of water. Have no idea where it got him at, but Sam's done a nice job going out to talk to Blake. And
there are a lot of exposed areas for a home plate umpire.
And I only got as high as Little League, but I'm going to tell you, folks, even in Little League, a lot of exposed areas. Trainer for the Gol'Diggers out checking with the home plate umpire.
And that's my $1 million idea, Joe, is to come up with some way to be able to equip both the catcher and the home plate umpire with something that's cool, but at the same time protects it.
Well, there is for the umpire, because when Major League Baseball starts going to this little indicator that's going to have the strike zone that just beats for a strike, the umpire will be standing over here to the side and just hanging out and doing his thing. So you won't have to worry about balls and strikes at that point. And you and I have talked about that, and I think it's coming sooner than a lot of people think. The umpire is talking to the home plate partner along with the trainer. I'm not sure, must have got him in the bad spot. And he readjusts and sends him off. He said, I don't think I got it, but that's one of those things that if it's a foul tip or a foul ball, you can't protect from that. That's for sure.
Well, there goes our PA system.
I don't know what it was. That was a wake-up call. And everybody awake. All right, we've got a 1-2 count on John Anderson. He stands in to get Ray Dines. Lefty versus righty. Anderson, the righty. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. So after the home run, 2 consecutive strikeouts, Mike.
A good way for him to come back after that home run by Mayo to start things off for the Gol'Diggers.
Theo Bryant will come in now. Theo played 12 games this year so far. He's batting .242 with 8 hits, a home run, 6 RBIs on the season. Theo is, find him on my list here. I'm looking at the wrong list. No wonder I won't find him on there. Got too many papers in front of me. Theo's Tennessee Tech man. There's a high pop-up on the infield. Catcher might have a play, so it comes down. Nope, going to be foul. Went back over the screen, hit right there on the grass beside the building there, I do believe. And a long strike. 0-1, 1-1 now to Theo.
We saw him hit his home run here at Ivy Watson Field.
We did. Saw him hit a home run and saw him make a really good defensive play up against the right center field fence. Last week, week before. 1-1 pitch to Theo. Theo's going to hit one off the end of the bat. It's going to fall in for a base hit to the right side. So went the other way with that one, kind of off the hands again. And a little blooper out into short right field for a base hit. Now brings up Brady Moore. Brady. Find him on the list. There he is. 12 games, batting .308. 12 hits. Home run. 6 RBIs so far on the season. Right-handed hitter. Brady's plays shortstop for the Gol'Diggers from Troy University. Man on first. Fakes going. The ball pitches high to Brady.
I'm curious to see how aggressive that Coach Owings is here with Theo there on first base with 2 men down here in a tie ball game at the bottom of the first inning.
Be interested to see what happens. The Theo is gone. The pitch, the throw down is going to be late. The ball got away out into center field. He picks it up, but Theo has a stolen base.
So the first stolen base of the ball game for the Gol'Diggers. The Wild Things have 2. It really helped them back at the top of the first inning.
We were here, Mike, was it week before last, and they had like 8 or 9 that night?
Yes.
They had a bunch in one game. 1-1 pitch now, or 1-1 count now. Brady Moore from Ray Dans checks his runner. Second baseman trots in. Nothing going on. Hits one high on the right-hand side. Second baseman's coming over. He'll make the grab. That is Underhill for the 3rd out of the inning.
But the Diggers tie the ball game on the leadoff home run by Jackson Mayo for Gainesville. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left on base. At the end of 1, we're all tied. The Gol'Diggers 1 and the Wild Things 1 as you're tuned to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. Gol'Diggers baseball with our live video stream on YouTube through the Gainesville Gol'Diggers website. It's GainesvilleGol'Diggers.com, and click on the YouTube channel. You get a chance to see the action just like Joe and I are here in the press box at Ivy Watson.
Matthew Maurer, Cole Costco, and Miles Bowens, the first three up for Waleska in this inning. And here's your connection right here. Maurer is from Stony Brook, New York. Plays, guess where? Reinhardt University.
How about that?
Went from one extreme part of the country to another extreme part of the country. You're definitely out in the woods for sure at Reinhardt. Pretty area. Live over that way, about 5 miles from campus. There's a high fly ball out to Bruch in left field. First pitch swinging and an out for the first out of the inning by Maurer. F7 on the put out if you're scoring at home. That'll bring up Cole Costco. Costco, not sure if he's right or lefty. Let's see what he does when he gets in there. I think he's right-handed. Costco from Youngstown, Ohio, and plays at Kaiser University. Batting .296 on the season, 6 RBIs. Still amazes me how these managers can find some of these athletes from way off somewhere like that. It's really cool. There's a high fly ball, deep left field. It's going to be out of here. Home run over the scoreboard by Cole Costco.
As you can tell, the hot weather's going to cause the ball to carry this evening.
Yep.
And our second home run of the ball game first for Waleska. They now lead 2-1 here in the top half of the second inning.
We'll play long ball, or try to, I'm guessing, tonight. So Costco hits one tonight. His was a pretty good shot there, right next to, right over the top of the scoreboard.
No doubt about it.
Oh, yeah. Brooch just went out there and looked up at it and just stopped. Saw it going over. Now, Miles Bowens, one of the EHs, left-handed hitter. Bowens, first pitch to him is outside. Bowens is from Clarkston, Georgia, and plays at Seminole State College in Florida. He has no batting average for his first action of the season so far, I'm guessing, or early on. Maybe no at bats, or maybe he's walked a couple times. Didn't get all the stats today. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bowens. The left-handed stands in. Low and outside.
Well, right there, you see the importance to keep the ball low in the strike zone and forcing these batters to hit ground balls.
For sure, no doubt about
because
it.
the ball is going to carry.
So it's not that humid, but just the hot weather I think is making it do. It's 3-1 now. Blake needs to do like Ray Dance did a while ago and come back and strike out a couple here, doesn't he?
Exactly.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, lifted high and foul over the third base side. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch now will be coming in. Lee Hunt looks in, comes set, steps off. He called time instead of the batter calling time right there. Start to see a few shadows come in. Here's the pitch. Ooh, I thought it was a strike, but it's a ball. And Bowens will go down to first with a walk. Now, Ricardo Leonette, another EH, plays his college ball from Western Kentucky, and I don't know how he got there from Gilbert, Arizona, but he did. And he's a right-hander. He'll be facing Lee Hunt right here, with the Wild Things leading it 2-1 here in the top of the second. Lee Hunt steps in. Number 38, Ricardo Leonette. Back foot on the, his right foot on the back line of the right-handed batter's box. Here's the pitch. Fouled right over next to the first base dugout. 0-1.
Lee Hunt with his first walk of the ball game with a runner on first base. With Wild Things their first hit of the game, that solo home run to give them the lead.
No balls, 1 strike, 1 man out, 1 run in. A runner on here. That is Bowens. Pitch by Lee Hunt to Leonette. Here it is. Nope, goes to first. Awfully close, but he's safe.
And the Wild Things have already matched their run total back on Monday night when the Gol'Diggers won 8-2.
I think, is this not their last game with each other this year? Or do they play later in the
I got to
season?
check. I think they may play later in July.
The pitch, swung on and missed. Right there. 0-2 now. Big
In fact, I
strike.
think they play here in July.
That would make sense. Because there's 2 games at their place and 2 games here. Not all bunched up together. Lee Hunt looks in, checks the runner at first. The 0-2 pitch. Outside, goes back behind him, throws behind him at first, and he's safe, but he's out with a strikeout at home to Leonette. So big strikeout there for Blake Wehunt. Robert Trujillo. Trujillo, he is the next batter. He wanted to make sure I could halfway pronounce his name when I was down there getting their lineup. So I hope I didn't butcher it too bad for you there. Robert's one of the catchers on the team, I think. Yep, he's from Miami, Florida. Here's another one end to the other. From Miami, guess where he goes to college? Delaware State University. Oh, he wanted to get out of the heat, so he's playing up there in the cold weather. How about that? The 0-1 pitch. Strike called right there at the belt, 0-2.
Playing there in the MEAC, the Mid-Atlantic, Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference.
Probably saw a lot of baseball down in Miami. And then going to Delaware. Wow. The 0-2 pitch goes over to first and had to hop over him as Bruiser did a nice job not letting the ball get by him over there. Ball came in right on top of the player's back, so he had to grab it and jump over him so he'd miss him. 0-2 pitch. 2 men out now. Top of the second inning. They just swung on and missed. And strike 3 in the third out of the inning.
There's those 2 strikeouts you were asking for, Joe, to end the inning for the Wild Things. They take the lead. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left on base at the end of an inning and a half. The Wild Things 2. The Gol'Diggers 1. As you're tuned to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. Should have the conditioned air system summer spot played. I may put the wrong spot down. That is my bad. I apologize for that. I'm just my bad. It should be summer rather than spring. Sorry about that. I just want to say that. I apologize for that. You can change. It'd be great. Second time the ball game, the Gol'Diggers find themselves behind by a run. 2-1, bottom of the second inning.
Can you mention hot dogs? Ladies and gentlemen, please help yourselves and come on down to the concession stand for fresh hot dogs and hamburgers. Get them while they're hot. Now batting for the Gol'Diggers, number 6, Sam Gilliam.
Sam, one of the 3 catchers used by Michael Holmes. He's got Shepard and also he has got Stewart.
Now batting for the Gol'Diggers, number 20, Michael Bruiser.
blessed ones right now because they're in the shade. As the sun shrinks on down, sets on down behind the trees over in right field. The 1-1 pitch, here it is. Called strike, broke right across the letters. 1-2 now on Bruiser.
We mentioned the heat today, Joe. We may have seen a record-setting high. The last report I had at the station was 99 degrees today in Gainesville.
I was low and inside, 2-2 now. Well, I understood them say yesterday that today's high, if they got up, they were expecting to get to 100. It'd be the hottest it's been in like 3 or 4 years. Foul tipped into the glove for the third strike.
Another strikeout for the Waleska pitcher.
That's 3 on the night for Ray Dans. Clay Alberson will come up. Clay is from North Greenville University. Played 9 games, batting .200. Got 6 hits on the young season. Left-handed hitter. Clay's batting plays third base and bats left-handed. First pitch to Clay's on the outside corner, called strike. Ray Dans looks in, the left-hander gets his sign. Here's the pitch. Swung on, lifted out into left center field. Left fielder gets over there, and that's going to be, finally gets over there to it. That's Olson. Makes the grab out in left center for the third out of the inning.
And they'll do it for the Gol'Diggers here in the bottom of the second inning. Go up in order, 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base at the end of 2. It's the Wild Things 2 and the Gol'Diggers 1 is your tune to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. Third inning here from Bobby Watson baseball field with Waleska leading the Gol'Diggers 2-1. Top half of the third inning, they've had just that one hit, the solo home run last inning off of Blake Wehunt.
They are got 10, 1, and 2 up this inning. Buck Olson, the left fielder, then Chris Cole and Landon Underhill. Olson, like I said, is playing left field, wears number 37 on the outfielders. And Olson is from Sandy Springs, Georgia. Says here he goes to the University of Chicago. So if they play baseball in February up there, it's cold. Batting 167 on the season, a couple of RBIs. First strike, the first pitch by Wehunt was a strike. Here's the second. Inside, 1-1 now to the left-hander. Stands in. Wehunt checks the sign. Here's the pitch. Ground ball out towards the first baseman. That's going to be Bruiser. Bruiser's going to take it himself and go over to first for the first out of the inning. 3 unassisted on the putout. Bring up Chris Cole, who got on via an error and a couple stolen bases and then scored on a infield putout. Infield fielder's choice back in the first inning for the first Wild Things run. Cole, excuse me, he is a center fielder. That from Dallas, Georgia. Came in batting .321. He's 0 for 1 so far today. First pitch to the left-hander. Inside. Sam trying to frame it there as much as he can on those inside, but that's one the umpire can see because on the left-handed batters, he's over that right shoulder of the catcher. Here's the pitch. And it was an inside-out swing. Hit it foul down the left field side over the fence, out into the grass. You got one guy on the hill and one in the back of the van on that side, and there's some moms and dads, fans sitting on the hill over here on the Gainesville side in the shade. The 1-1 pitch, swung on a miss. Nice pitch by Hunt. Cole steps out of the box now. Going to walk that swing and a miss off, come back up, down 1-2 in the count. 1 man out. Top of the third inning. Wild Things lead it by 1. The pitch. Outside, 2-2.
One thing I can tell between the last outing for Blake Hunt here at Ivy Watson, he's taking a lot more time in between pitches.
Well, it might have been a little bit cooler that night. It might have something to do with it.
Definitely.
We talked about that in the pregame show. Just wondered how it was. There's a ground ball to the second baseman. Oh, and right under his glove down there. I'll check and see what we think on him. I'm going to give him E4. An error because it looked like it might have went off his glove out there. He should have made the play, and he's shaking his head like he knows he should have made it. So he's on second time with another error on the night.
Well, you know what he needs?
What's that?
He needs a little relacing of that glove.
From?
And you can contact 3 Up, 3 Down Glove Relacing. And that's their Twitter handle, at 3 Up, 3 Down Glove Relacing.
Our buddy Randy Smith, he's been on baseball gloves since he was 3.
Get you some Gold Digger colors.
There you go.
To go with your glove.
First pitch to Underhill now. It's a ball. Underhill had that ground ball, fielder's choice, back in the first inning to score the run. He plays second base for the Wild Things. Runner going, throw down to second is going to be, did he get him as he went by? Nope, the ball bounced out of his glove. I think he hit his glove and the catcher or the runner ran into it as it did. He's down at second. They're getting the trainer out there. I don't know if he went down hard on his stomach or the ball hit him in the head. The trainers and coaches coming from every direction out there to see if Cole is going to be all right, Mike. He's still down on the ground.
Well, let's hope he's okay.
Ball bounced away, so he's safe.
And you should have seen a good view of it on the YouTube broadcast of our game.
Looked like the throw went right there, and the shortstop, Brady Moore, came over to make it. I don't know if the ball came down and hit him and bounced away or hit his glove and batted him. It might have hit him in the head, and it might have some blood in there. They brought a towel or a bag of ice out there to him really quick. He's still down. He's flopping that leg around, so he's hurting right now for sure.
So we got a break in the action here with the Gold Diggers trailing 2-1, top of the third inning.
Yep.
Third stolen base so far for the Wild Things.
They've got a man running in that may be coming in there in a second, Trace.
Yeah, they need to go ahead and take him to urgent care or to the Northeast Georgia Medical Center emergency room.
He might have turned his ankle. He's walking gimpy out there like, yeah, he might be hurt his knee or his ankle. Number 5, Trace Kate, product of Berry College, Marietta, Georgia. He's going to go out and run for him. And he's got a guy on coach on each side of him helping him come off the field. He was favored. It looked like the left ankle or knee. So our best wishes to him. Hope he's all right and recovers pretty quickly. They're resetting second base, making sure it's okay. And next batter is Underhill. He was already up at bat. It's 1-1 on him, and he's taking his helmet off there. And looked like he was kind of straining and getting his breath right there. These guys should be in really good shape. A lot better than you and me, really.
Absolutely. I can see that much.
Sometimes he's taking the puppies out in the heat. I get a whole lot more winded than they do, and they're running around.
Hear the umpire say 1 out.
Yep, 1 out, and the count is 1-1 to Underhill. Second baseman stands in. Runner at second, that's Kate now running for Cole. The pitch. Swung on, lifted right over the third baseman's head for a base hit. Kate's going to round third. He'll come in and score easily. The runner's going to, or the base runner, Underhill, is going to make it into second with a stand-up double RBI for the third run of the game for Waleska.
Their second hit, their second extra base hit of the ball game. Again, the error proves to be important. Another unearned run for the Wild Things, leading 3-1. Now they scored a run in each of the first 3 innings.
Blomqvist, Brett Blomqvist, the third baseman, who was out second to first his first time up. Blomqvist is third base. And if I can find him here. There he is. Ackworth, Georgia, Western Kentucky. He was batting .353 before that first plate appearance. Dropped it a little bit. Ground ball out to the second baseman. He scoops it up. Anderson to Bruiser. Runner moves over, but he got the out. It's first for the second out of the inning, but Underhill moved over to third on the putout.
Now batting number 18, A.J. Fletcher.
A.J. Fletcher now up again. He struck out looking his first time up. Fletcher, an Alpharetta, Georgia native. Plays his college ball at the Hilltopper of Western Kentucky. First pitch to him. Strike call outside corner, 0-1.
3 of the Waleska players are from Western Kentucky.
I said, Coach, we'll come down there, but we're a package deal. 0-1 pitch. Outside corner call, strike 2. Fletcher did not agree as he turned around and looked at his dugout, kind of threw his hand up.
That's not bad driving, Bowling Green.
Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for the third out of the inning.
And that'll do it for the Wild Things here in the third. They take another row on the board. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 costly error, 1 man left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. It's now the Wild Things 3 and the Gol'Diggers 1 is your tune to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. That work. Do this for me. I think I know what spot I want you to play. It's just a good night's sleep. Trailing by 2 runs in the bottom of the third inning for the Gol'Diggers here. Joe got to get some hits.
Got to get some hits. They've got 2, and they came back in the first inning. Got to make up for those errors. They made a couple of costly errors so far, and both of them led to runs for the Wild Things. You got due up 9, 10, and 1. Ellard, Brooch, and Mayo. Maybe the bottom half of the lineup can get it going for Gainesville. Ellard comes into today. He's played in 8 games. Batting average is only 111. He got a home run on the season in RBI. There's number 26, Caleb Ware, right fielder tonight for as Theo plays the EH this evening. The first pitch to Caleb is up and in. Ball 1.
That's what's nice to a game PT is he can have the extra hitter.
Yep.
And have somebody else in the field.
Swung on a miss. Big cut by Caleb right there, 1-1. Well, if you just listen to us for the first time, the Sunbelt League bats 10 batters. They have basically 2 extra hitters in the lineup, along with their lineup. The pitcher usually does not bat. I don't think I've seen one this year.
No, they do not.
Foul back to the screen, 1 and 2 now. And so it gives 1 extra man, some extra cuts. And you may have, kind of like in the majors, where everybody's got the DH now. So the 1-2 pitch now. Lifted high on the left side. Third baseman comes over. Will it get out? The shortstop comes over. He calls him off at the last second. And he made the grab as he fell backwards. That was Fletcher. Comes over there. I thought Blomqvist was going to get it. All of a sudden, Fletcher comes over and said, I got it. And he had to dive, fall backwards, and make the put out right there. So Ellard's out F6 on the first out of the third inning.
Just got under it.
Yes, barely. Right over next to the screen. And he may have been looking up at the lights, wondering if he's going to hit the lights or whatever right there. You never know. Parker Brooch is his first time up. Played in 9 games, batting .238 with 5 hits on the young season. First pitch to Parker is up and high and outside. Parker, a Georgia Tech man.
Each team with 2 hits so far in the ball game. Those two costly errors for Gainesville.
Stayed outside, 2-0. Now everybody's in the shade except the shortstop and the third baseman and third base coach. Finally going on down and cooling down a little bit. Not a lot. They must have been inside 3-0. First 3-0 count we've seen by Raydance tonight to the Gol'Diggers team. 3-0 pitch. Strike call right there at the letters, 3-1. I think he was taken all the way. He didn't even move his bat very much. The 3-1 pitch. Ball 4 inside, walked him. So that's what Gainesville needed, was another base runner.
And with that, the tying run comes to the plate here at the bottom of the third inning, trailing 3-1.
Jackson Mayo, way back in the first inning, hit a rocket over the right field fence for a leadoff home run. Let's hope he can continue that. He's batting .350, went up a tad, maybe .352 or so. Got a home run and 6 RBIs now on the young season.
Let's see how carefully he throws.
Yeah, for sure. Jackson stands in, left-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter. Runner is going, pitch is out. Jackson's going to, or excuse me, Brooch is going to be safe easily as that ball almost sailed over into the outfield. The shortstop, Fletcher, had to jump over towards the second baseman to grab that one as it was sailing down to another stolen base.
You can see that one coming, Joe. It was going to be a hit-and-run play for Jackson, but he was running all the way.
That pitch was so far outside that if he'd hit that one, he would have had to hit it on third base side. They play him to pull because the third baseman is over about 15, 20 feet. That's where he's playing Jackson. The 1-0 pitch. That was outside. Oh, we called a strike.
That outside corner again.
Okay.
He's trying to advance the runner here.
I reckon so. He's got that brace on the right ankle. Does Jackson Mayo. The 1-1 pitch with one out. Here's the pitch. That one's way outside. I think the catcher worked, but Robert Trujillo had to get out of his squat and get over and grab that one that time.
You can tell he is throwing it very carefully to Mayo.
I won't give him anything, that's for sure. That first one was right down Peachtree earlier, and Jackson crushed it. 2-1 pitch now to Jackson Mayo. At the pitch. There is a fly ball to deep center field. He's got room, I believe. Runner's going to tag up. He's going to head towards third, and he'll make it easily. Cole out there right on the warning track made the grab. So Jackson gave that one a ride, but moved the runner over for sure with a deep fly ball to center field.
If he hit about 10 feet to the right-hand side, Joe, it could have been out again.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And tied up.
Right center and right field had been out easily for sure. Out number 2, runner advances on to third. And Bryce Roddy, who struck out his first time up, will come back up. Roddy, this is his 6th game this year, hitting about .440, left-handed hitter. First pitch to Bryce, swung on a miss as that curveball sliced away from him as he took a big cut there.
Let's see if we can distract the Waleska pitcher with runner on third base.
Be nice if he could. The pitch. Oh, swung right through that one. Oh, he hit it over. I'm sorry. I thought he swung through it. He hit it foul over the fence down on the third base side. Yep, hit over on the bank and rolled back down to the sidewalk down there. I've walked that sidewalk several times from Lanier Point up here over the years. Yes, on purpose. No balls, 2 strikes from Raydance to Roddy. The pitch. Outside, good job by Trujillo to keep it out in front of him. It bounced up there.
That saved a run.
It did. Did a nice job of batting. It bounced over towards the first base dugout. Parker Brocious could have come in standing up. 3-1. Waleska leads it. 1-2 count on Bryce Roddy. Number 2 hitter in the Gainesville lineup. The pitch. I stayed outside.
Walk on down that line.
Yep. Working his catcher a little bit. Trujillo had to reach out there for that one a long way. The 2-2 pitch by Raydance. Foul right back to the screen. Still 2-2. Listen to play or two after you and I got through the banquet last night of the Braves game, and Acuna came to bat and hit a BB right up the middle, and they said it glanced off the pitcher's rear end.
Yes, it did.
Probably the safest place for it to hit him, that's for sure. 2-2 count. That one stayed outside. It's full now, 3-2.
They said the exit velocity was over 100 miles an hour. So, yes,
100
absolutely.
111 miles an hour, exactly
Yes.
right. If that would hit him solid somewhere, that would have left a mark. It's kind of my thing. Ooh, that's going to leave a mark right there. He might have as it brushed by on his tush. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Stayed outside, walked him. That's what Roddy wanted to do, trying to coax that walk, and he got it. I'll bring up John Anderson, who's also struck out back in the first inning. Anderson played 8 games, batting about 250 on the season. John, excuse me, I mentioned earlier, product of the University of Georgia Tech, as I call it. That school on North Avenue. The North Avenue Trade School, I think is what they used to call it, wasn't it? Still do at times.
For Georgia fans.
Yeah. First pitch now to Anderson from Ray Dance. Runner on first, 30 goes to first. Nice easy throw over there.
Watch out for double steal here for the Gol'Diggers.
We'll look down as soon as he went over that direction to see if Brocious was coming, but he took a little hop and a couple of steps and stayed right there. First pitch now coming to Anderson, maybe. The pitch. Time was called right before that by the umpire.
You heard time being called there, no pitch. Oh, you're just waiting for the Gol'Diggers to force Waleska to do something defensively.
Exactly.
Runners on first and third, 2 men down, trailing by 2, 3-1 here in the third.
Ooh, that one bounced up there. The runner will make it all the way to second now. And as that one did a nice job, that's going to be a wild pitch. Send him down to second. And nice job by the catcher Trujillo to get in front. It bounced up there, and he kept it out in front of him.
And again, saved a run.
Yep, Anderson ahead in the count, 1-0 now. Number 3 men in the lineup for Mike Owens.
Be patient.
Here's the pitch. Took it inside, 2-0. That's what they're being on. The last 2 batters have been very patient, Mike.
I think they're more productive, Joe, when they do that, especially second time around now.
Yep. See that pitcher for the second time and see what he's doing. 2-0 pitch. That one stayed high, 3-0. I think Trujillo thought that one might have stayed. He framed it for a second. The umpire had another ball. So 3 balls, no strikes. 2 men out. Runners on second and third. Roddy at second. Brooch at third for the Gol'Diggers. The pitch. Strike. Outside corner. Call strike 1.
That's the old automatic. The blind guy could call that one.
3 balls, 1 strike now. 2 out. Bottom of the third inning. You know, Coach Owens would like for him to get at least one of those back right here. The pitch. Strike 2.
Ooh,
Full
full count.
Up. Full count now.
Now the tying run's on second for the Gol'Diggers.
So the payoff pitch from Ray Dance now coming to John Anderson. Runners on second and third for the Gol'Diggers. The pitch. Ground ball, base hit. 1 runs in.
Bring him in.
Bringing Roddy. Roddy is going to make it in standing up. So a 2 RBI hit by John Anderson.
Big 2-out hit with a full count. And Roddy delivers and scoring
Now batting number 15,
the 2 runs.
Theo Bryant.
Nice swing, nice stroke right beside the shortstop in the left field for the base hit. And Theo Bryant now, the new ball game was tied up at 3. And Theo Bryant will come to the plate. He singled and stole second back in the first inning. Theo could do some more damage with a runner on first right here. First pitch to Theo. Call strike, kind of raised his arm up. Thought it might have been inside as he raised his hands up there. There's a call strike on the inside part of the plate.
Let's see if you go ahead and try to steal second again, Joe.
Yeah. Pitch by Radans as he checks Anderson at first. Here it is. Strike two, inside corner. I don't think Theo didn't agree with one or either one of those, maybe. As he kind of looks down at his coach. I notice the coaches wearing their helmets down there. I think that's required now. Just about every league, except high school. I think they wear the helmets. That one's outside. 1-2. One ball, two strikes, 2 men out. 2 runs in to tie it up for the Gol'Diggers this inning. Radans checks the runner, Anderson. The pitch to Bryant. Outside. Theo started to go, but he saw it staying outside, and it did. So now it's 2-2.
Again, Diggers playing small ball, but also they got some power that they've already shown.
Yep. Jackson led off the game with a monster shot to right field. 2-2 pitch by Radans. Time called by Theo Bryant on plate. You might hear on our crowd mic the kids down at the concession stand talking about chasing foul balls and what they want to eat. 2-2 pitch by Radans as he checks his runner at first. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Good job by Trujillo to keep it in front of him again. It'll be a full count now to the Gol'Diggers extra hitter.
And runner at first base staying on that pitch.
The field is finally in the shadows, Michael.
As the sun starts setting.
The pitch fouled off at the, got away from the catcher's. He swung and missed, tipped off the catcher's glove, so that'll be a strikeout, but a E2 to advance the runners.
Now batting number
So the inning
17,
stays alive,
Brady Moore.
even though it would have been the third out of the inning. Even with a runner on first, you end up running with 2 outs.
Now, one of the coaches is going to come out and talk to Radans and the catcher. Make sure. You did have that as an error, right? You did have that as an error, correct? Score? Yeah. Error on the catcher right there as he went off his glove and allowed the runner to get to first. So Theo Bryant at first, John Anderson at second after the pass ball error. Brady Moore will be coming up now. He's the shortstop. Brady flew out to the second baseman his first time up.
Coach Owens came up here, you noticed.
Had to turn the lights on. You don't have all his help tonight, so that's why he's having to run all around the place.
I can't tell, Joe.
Yeah. Brady, right at 300 on the season, batting average. Where's number 17? Good time for him to keep the wheel going right here and get a run or two more in.
Again, force it.
First pitch to Brady. Curveball, outside corner, call strike. Brady takes a look down at Coach Owens. They have a man in the bullpen for the Wild Things.
It's something Micah does it all, doesn't he?
He does, and I think he likes it too. The pitch. Low, 1-1 now. Nathan Alexander down in the bullpen warming up for the Wild Things. Alexander, Gardner Webb product out of Sugar Hill, Georgia. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on first and second for the Gol'Diggers. Pitch. Swung on a miss. Big cut by Brady that time. Make it 1-2.
Again, the big hit there with a full count with 2 men down, 2 on, tying this ball game here in the 3rd inning.
That's correct. Radans looks in, gets his sign, wants the catcher to go through him again. Comes set. The pitch. That one curved inside, but it was a little low in there too. Makes it 2-2 now. On the Gainesville shortstop, Brady Moore.
Joe, to me, the indicator, the catcher goes out, the man says, throw this.
Just don't let me like Meat was to
Uh-huh.
Kevin Costner. So he's going to throw you a strike there.
There's
Fastball.
Crash. Yep.
That's Crash, yeah. 2-2 pitch. Swung on a missed, and a big strikeout to end the inning for Gainesville.
But for the Gol'Diggers, they tied the ball game here in the bottom of the third inning. 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 big error, and 2 men left on base. We will go to the top of the 4th inning. We're all tied now. It's Gainesville 3, Waleska 3 as you're tuned to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. That's it. Very good. Thank you. Sorry, it's my mistake. I swear I forgot that was not feeling good today. I swear I forgot. Then we'll let up to the college try here tonight.
What's wrong? Oh.
Good on the 8th, yeah. We go to the top half of the 4th inning, brand new ball game now. It's all tied. Wild Things 3, Gol'Diggers 3.
Matthew Maurer, Cole Costco, and Miles Owens due up 5, 6, and 7 for Waleska Wild Things. To start it off, first baseman Matthew Maurer will come up.
We mentioned earlier, Joe, in one of our broadcasts, you're going to face adversity. You're going to have to make adjustments. Let's see what Blake Wehunt can do now getting off the hook, and he's back to an even ball game.
That's correct, and his team has helped him out where he will definitely won't be the loser at this point. I guess he could still be, but
Now his defense can just help him out.
Yeah, exactly. He's got to throw it and let the defense help him. That first pitch to Maurer is a ball outside.
Both of the Wild Things, well, 2 of the 3 runs, I should say, have been unearned. Of course, had that big solo home run.
1-0 pitch. Ball. Oddly enough. And I don't mean to criticize the umpire because there once was one, but from where I'm sitting, some of those are strikes. But I realize I'm a good probably 80 feet away and at an angle looking down. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. Foul right back to the screen. That was a strike, I know.
You know what we say, Joe? Is that what the strike? There's
It's
not
not
a
a
chicken in Gainesville,
No,
Georgia.
chicken in Gainesville. That's right. Or a cow in Texas.
There you go. We'll keep it closer to home.
Or a car in New York. That's right. 2 balls, 1 strike. Wehunt's pitch. Strike called. Inside corner at the waist. 2-2. Yeah, Blake needs to come back and get him right here. Get another strikeout would be his 4th on the night if he got it. The pitch. Inside corner, strike 3.
Good job by Wehunt.
Yep, just what we needed right there. Let him off. He set him up on that other pitch and brought it right there along the inside corner. Set him up. The batter was looking right at it. Nice job by Blake for his 4th strikeout. Excuse me, 5th strikeout of the game. Cole Costco, the right fielder, come up. He's the one that crushed that one to left field his first time at bat. Costco is the first pitch to him. Ball 1.
And Joe, I know you keep up with it. To me, it's interesting. Which one's more important, a call strikeout or a swinging strikeout for a pitcher?
Well, for a pitcher, I think either one, but I think if it's a call strike 3, you know he didn't put it in play. So that's a call strike on the outside corner, 1-1. That way you know he did not swing at it, so he did not put the ball in play, or nothing loopy happened at home plate.
And
So
you're
that's
getting the
always-
location you want.
Exactly. Did you get your location in that time? On that strikeout, he did. That pitch is low. It's 2-1 now, or 1-1, 2-1, excuse me.
And Blake is just so close to the strike zone. He doesn't miss by much.
Nope. Wehunt comes set. Here's the pitch. Ground ball will be fouled down the first base side.
And I was about to say it. Make sure you keep throwing pitches that are ground balls.
Yep, first base coach lets it hit the fence and then comes over and picks it up.
It'll be interesting to see how the ball carries now with the sun going down.
Field's still in good shape. Hadn't had any dust fly up yet. So
Well,
that's
it's not
good.
that humid either, is it?
No, it's not humid. But humidity votes come back in Saturday, I understand. Check swing, a ball, and a pitch that time makes it 3-2. Builds it up for the Waleska right fielder, Costco. Leonette looks in. Got the sign from Sam. Here's the pitch. Swung on and foul tipped.
Like Joe, I can tell you, coming this weekend, it's almost like predicting the weather 10 years in advance. If you know where the NASCAR event's going to be held in Hampton down at Lambeau Speedway, you know it's going to be bad weather.
Yep.
Like for me, my birthday comes up on Sunday, and it's been more times than not, there has been at least rain in the forecast.
Yep, exactly. I think there's a chance of rain on Sunday with the humidity coming back up. So it's either really hot or rainy or both. Swung on him, missed, struck him out.
That's the 6th strikeout for Blake.
Yes, it is. Second out of the inning, we'll bring up Miles Bowens now, the first extra hitter. Bowens with an S.
So that was impressive as fact standpoint that he swung and missed.
Attends Seminole State College down in Florida.
That's a big school, by the way.
Oh, I imagine it's spread out forever, isn't it?
Yes.
First pitch is a ball.
I mean, down there, their junior colleges, their community colleges, they easily have 15,000 plus students.
Oh, yeah, yep. Spread out like Disney. It's everywhere because it's all flat. Strike called inside corner, 1-1.
I mean,
Left-handed
you
hitter.
think about the University of North Georgia has about that many students. They have probably that many at community college in Florida.
1-1 pitch. Low. Well, the thing about North Georgia, they're all compacted right in there, you know, basically in about a what, 3 or 4 mile radius, I guess, or square area.
Well, you got the 6,000 on campus in Dahlonega.
Then all the commuters, yeah. Here's the pitch. High fly ball. Going to be out there towards center field. Look at that grab by Jackson Mayo. He went a long way, made the grab in right center field on the run for the 3rd out of the inning.
Looked like Michael Harris, the second of the Atlanta Braves, didn't
Yes,
even that
sir.
one. That
Nice
does
grab.
it for the Wild Things here in the 4th for the first time. They do not score. And we'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning with the score remaining. Wild Things 3, Gol'Diggers 3. You're tuned to Gainesville Gol'Diggers baseball on 97.5 Glory FM.
About half one left. It's not cold. I've already put something like that.
Looks like number 27. Looks like number 27, Nathan Alexander, is coming in to pitch. Nathan Alexander, number 27, is coming in to pitch.
How's that thing?
So whenever he comes back, we'll let him know. Hey, we got a substitution coming now, number 27.
So we go to the next inning of play here from Ivy Watson with some changes starting to be made now.
Nathan Alexander is the new man on the hill for the Wild Things. He's a right-hander. And I'm getting all my ducks in a row here. This is the 4th inning.
Bottom half, the home
Bottom
half.
half of 4. Make sure I got my arrow pointing in the right direction. Alexander, as I mentioned earlier, Sugar Hill, Georgia, freshman. Going to be attending or has attended Gardner Webb University. He's pitched 7 innings, given up 9 hits, walked 4, struck out 10, has a 2.57 ERA for the Wild Things this season.
He's home of the Running Bulldogs of the Big South Conference.
The Running Bulldogs, Gardner
Webb.
Webb.
Out of Bowling Springs, North Carolina.
I think that's correct.
Yep.
All right, leading it off for Gainesville is Sam Gilliam, the number 6 man. Then number 7, Michael Bruiser. And number 8, Clay Alberson.
Sam Gilliam.
6, 7, and 8 to start it off.
So I wonder how hot it is out in Dublin, California right now.
I don't know, but I'm hoping that Sam's folks are listening to us and sitting in the air conditioner, enjoying the game. First pitch to him. Swung on a miss. Big cut, but a nice fastball by Alexander. The high and outside part there. Sam stands in. Down 0-1. The pitch. There's a high fly ball into right field. The right fielder misjudged it over his head. Bounced up against the fence. Came rolling back in. Look at that. It's going to be a sliding double for Sam Gilliam to lead it off for the Gol'Diggers. Nice job. Sam gave that one a ride, Mike, and the right fielder that time, Costco, misjudged it. He started in, took a step in, started back, and didn't get back far enough. That ball just kept carrying and bounced over his head, hit the fence, and bounced back in, so he had to run it back down.
So we saw this last year. You look at the Gol'Diggers hits, you're going to see a lot of extra base hits, a high percentage of their hits.
Well, you know, they've got a couple tonight, so they're up to 20, and that's not counting the home runs. Now they've got 8 of those. There's 28 extra base hits so far this season, and we're just almost halfway through the season. Pitch by Alexander now to Bruiser. Swung on and missed. Strike one.
That's the go-ahead run on second base for the Gol'Diggers here in the 4th inning.
Alexander must be a tad confused as he calls his catcher Trujillo out there to have a conversation.
The Gol'Diggers scored 1 run in the bottom of the 1st after trailing 1-0 as the Wild Things scored runs in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd inning. Gainesville scoring a run in the bottom of the 1st and 2 in the bottom of the 3rd.
3-4-2 for the Gol'Diggers, 3-2-0, or 3-2-1 now, I think it is, for the Waleska Wild Things. That pitch is called strike at the letters, 0-1. Bruiser stands in. He struck out his first time at bat today. The 0-2 pitch now to Bruiser. Hit high and foul over on the left-hand side out of play.
I still want the rights to his merchandise. Michael the Bruiser here for
Michael the Bruiser.
the Gol'Diggers.
Yeah.
Come with a neat logo for that one.
There you go. Bruiser with 1 home run, 5 RBIs on the season. 0-2 count now. The runner on second. Lifted high into center field.
The tag
Cole.
up.
Now, I'm not sure if that's Cole or not. It might be Cade out there. Good. He makes the grab, got himself set up squarely, and Gilliam stayed right where he was on the bag.
Yeah, it should be Kate because, like you mentioned before, when you come out of the ball game, you're done.
Well, and I think it's Cade out in center field now.
For the Waleska.
For Waleska, he came in after the I
Injury.
went out talking with the scorekeeper
Yes.
there.
Scorekeeper confirms that, Joe.
Got Clay Alberson is up to bat now, and they're out talking to the pitcher. One of the coaches came out. I guess they've hit a couple of good shots out there. That was a fairly deep, not all the way to the track, but a pretty good hard hit ball.
2 long fly balls.
Bruiser.
Now batting
And they're
for
coming out to
Gainesville,
Alberson.
5, Clay Alberson.
Maybe the pitching coach saw something up there, and they want to try and fix it before they go any further.
Again, the go-ahead run on second base.
And that is Sam Gilliam on nice hard hit double to right field. Pitch to Alberson as Alexander checks the runner a couple of times. Here's the pitch, stayed outside with him. Sometimes it's amazing, even at this level, Mike, to see how much the runners affect the
Absolutely.
the pitcher when they're throwing it home. They want to be so perfect with their pitches. They know if they throw one that gets by the catcher, the guy's going to move up or something. That one's low now, 2-0.
Especially with the catcher on second base. You know he's looking in to try to get the sign.
Sure is. Sam checks to see where the defenders are, second and short. It's about 3 steps off the back. Here's the pitch. Foul over the third base side.
It's a no baseball argument, though. Well, he's stealing the signs. It's not fair. It's like, okay.
Well, the thing about it is, as far as I know, forever, at least since I've been around, 1's a fastball, 2's a curve, 3's something else, and 4's something else. And they're going to flop them down there in all particular order. They may talk before the game, said, let's go backwards this game. Sure. Guess what? The bottom line is you still got to hit it. That's the bottom line, no matter what the pitch is. The 2-1 pitch now to Alberson from Alexander. Here it is. Call strike at the letters.
Well, even in Bull Durham, even if you know what the ball is coming, you just still got to hit it.
Still got to hit it, that's right. Come for a fastball. You still had to hit that fastball 400 foot, that's for sure. And hit the bull and win the state.
And don't show up my pitcher.
That's right. Run, dummy.
Uh-huh.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 man out. Here it is. Stayed outside, 3-2, full count now.
Had some heat on that one.
Yes, he did. Pop that mid, didn't he? Alexander kind of looks down in disgust and said, what have I got to do? Well, throw it across the plate, dude. He's off the back part of the pitching rubber. Now he comes set up there on it. He was looking down at second at Sam. Checking Gilliam, see where he was standing. Shortstop's trying to sneak in, but doesn't do anything there. Here's the pitch. Fouled off behind us.
Right now, he is not surprising anybody.
No, they're getting on it. Man. First 2 hitters a double, and then a long fly ball to center field. And Alberson has been all over 3 or 4 on the foul balls here. Let's see what the payoff pitch to Clay this time from Nathan Alexander. The pitch. Inside corner, call strike 3.
That was a good pitch.
Alberson had already thrown his bat away, but he'd been calling that inside corner all night long. So 2 men out now.
You got to tip your hat to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Now batting number 26, Caleb.
2 men out, brings up Caleb Ellard. Caleb flew out to the shortstop his last time up.
In the short left field.
Well, no, that one was actually over there behind the, next to the fence, next to the foul pole over there behind third base.
Gotcha.
Yep, that's the one
That
that hit,
one.
fell backwards. Yep.
Gotcha.
Alexander, I guess, said to no, neither one of his second or shortstop was close to the bag, but he stepped off the mound and walked towards Sam. Sam trotted back over to the base. He's about 4 steps off, maybe 5 now. Now the second baseman goes over. Now the pitch. Inside, call strike to Caleb.
So you got to be aware of that one.
Mm-hmm. You do have to be watching that second baseman sneak in there behind you. Pitcher knew one of those whirly birds there on the mound and catch you off a little too much. Shrunk up his lead a little bit. Now he's going back. Another strike called at the letters, 0-2 now to Caleb Ellard, the Gol'Diggers right fielder.
Well, the leadoff double could be stranded out there. We can't get a hit here with 2
Yep.
outs.
Sam takes his lead. Alexander looks, checks him. The pitch to Caleb. Almost hit him. Might did hit him, didn't it? Yep.
Hit something.
Hit him on the wrist. And the catcher is wanting the umpire to check something. The umpire's saying, no, it hit him. So now we've got time called.
Well, you could tell it hit something.
So now we're going to have a conference to see what's going on. Caleb said he hit him right there on the knuckle of the right hand. You can, or left hand, you can see it.
You could hear it hit something,
Yeah.
other than just the catcher's mitt.
The umpires are conferring.
It left a mark surely.
Yeah, hit him on the hand, and he's going to first. So hit by a pitch is Caleb Ellard.
So now you can do something, Joe, with 2 outs.
Now batting number 9.
Parker Brocious walked and scored his first time up back in the 3rd inning. Parker, I mentioned earlier, Georgia Tech man.
If you dare double steal here.
That would be something, wouldn't it? That might throw him off and get everybody ignited.
Watch Sam lead off second.
Yep. Sam got about a 4-step lead and about not guarding him at first. That pitch to Parker is called strike. Right between the letters and the belt. 0-1 now.
Looking to take the lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning, all tied at 3.
The pitch. Swung on and missed. Big cut right there by Parker.
Now you got to protect the plate.
Oh, yes, sir. 0-2 in the count now with 2 men out. Lights on here at Ivy Watson. The 0-2 pitch to Parker Brocious from Nathan Alexander. Here it is. Swung on the miss, struck him out to end the inning.
Let's start out nicely for the Gol'Diggers with a double. He is stranded at second, along with that hit batter bound at first base for the Gol'Diggers in the fourth. No runs, one hit, no errors, 2 men left on base at the end of 4. We're all tied. The Wild Things 3 and the Gol'Diggers 3. You're tuned to Sun Belt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. Skip Carey's favorite inning, Joe. Top of the 5th here from Ivy Watson.
Blake Wehunt still on the hill for the Gol'Diggers. Sam Gilliam scurried in, got on his equipment, and has already popped back out there. You got 8, 9, and 10. Leonette, Trujillo, and Olson due up this inning.
Now batting number 38, Ricardo Leonette.
Leonette is 0 for 1, struck out back in the second inning. 1 of 2 for 6 on the night by Blake Wehunt. First pitch to Ricardo. Hit high over the shortstop's head, will fall in for a base hit in front of the left fielder, Brocious. So a leadoff single by Ricardo Leonette. Brings up Robert Trujillo.
Now batting number 29, Robert Trujillo.
Robert's a catcher. Struck out his first time also.
Again, only the solo home run's been the hardest ball hit this evening against Blake Wehunt.
Yep. Trujillo stands in there. Where's number 29? The pitch by Wehunt. Outside corner, throws behind him. He's gone. Will they get him at second? They will. As he slides, bops up before the bag, they tag him out. So the putout's going to be 2, 3. He was going, so they're caught stealing 2, 3, 6. So 1 out with a batter now is still Trujillo. Goes over to first. Not in time as Olson able to slide back in safely. The 1-1 pitch now to Kate. Here it is. Runner going. Strike called. And the throw down. Got him! Ball, the throw down was on the third base side. And the shortstop, Brady Moore, did a nice job of picking up and going over and getting the tag for the 3rd out of the inning.
Strike him out, throw him out, double play to end the inning. And you had 2 caught stealings here in the top of the 5th inning for Waleska. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're halfway home. It is still all tied. Gol'Diggers 3 and Wild Things 3 as you're tuned to Sun Belt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. the Gilliams out in California tuned into our broadcast.
Yeah.
Had been 102 yesterday out there.
Yeah.
High 90s today.
Good night. The ground, fly ball, base hit. Right over the second baseman's head. It's going to go to the wall. Jackson's going to scurry in, go up standing at second base with a double to Roddy. One of the extra hitters on the lineup for this evening. Lead-off double. Time called at the plate.
Yeah, it's time to go get you something to drink here at the concession stand because you don't want to stay hydrated in a night like tonight because you can overheat in a hurry.
Yes, sirree. I have a pull muscle or something in my right shoulder blade, and I'm struggling on that side of my body tonight. That pitch is low and outside. 3-0 now.
This might be glad to help you.
I'm not having you pick me up. Might have to go to the chiropractor tomorrow. Let him, of course, every time I go, it seems like it hurts a little bit. I might wind up going middle of next week. We don't have any games next week. Might let him do it then. Strike call. Score is 3-3. Tied up here in the bottom of the sixth. One man out, runner on third. It's the pitch. High, taken high by Anderson.
I may have misspoke back in the third inning when he hit that single with full count, 2 men on, 2 men down, and got a big hit tying the ball game.
Oh, yes, he certainly did. That was huge right there. Pitch. Swung on a big swing and miss right there by number 29, John Anderson. 1 ball, 1 strike now. 1 man out. Time to get another run in here from third. When you get to third, you want to get him all the way in. 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1. I'm thinking if I'm batting, just me. Not a guy that's played a lot. If I'm down there batting, I'm just thinking, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. The 2-1 pitch from Alexander. Outside, 3-1.
Yeah, watch him come to that third baseline. See if you can distract Alexander.
Right on the edge of the grass is Jackson. Alexander looks in. The pitch to Anderson. Outside corner now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Makes it a full count now on John. John will stand in. The payoff pitch now coming from Alexander. The infield comes in all on the edge of the grass, Michael.
That's an interesting strategy. There are lots of great ways to tune into our broadcast with the radio broadcast on 97.5 FM here in North Georgia. Streaming on the TuneIn radio app, also on the Simple radio app. At home when your Amazon Echo, just say play 97.5 Glory FM. You can always go to our website, WGTJradio.com, and click on the Listen Live link. And all the games have, here at Ivy Watson, the live video on YouTube through the Gainesville Gol'Diggers website, which is Gville, G-V-I-L-L-E, G-O-L Diggers.com.
There's some subs for Gainesville. Zach Valentine now on the mound for Gainesville, and Sam Stewart behind the dish for Gainesville. A couple of changes. I know the catching position. Gilliam's done a fantastic job tonight, but he's got to be hot.
Oh, absolutely.
And with a couple more games back-to-back this week, I would think he wants to give everybody a break if he can. So, Valentine is pitching, and Stewart is catching now.
Yeah, I like it, Joe. You got Shabbat also you can use, and of course you got the game on Friday and Saturday here against the Aviators.
Yeah, exactly. Trace Kate, he was the man on base when they had to pick off for the caught stealing at second for the third out of the inning. And he'll lead it off here in the top of the sixth. The pitch. Ground ball to the third baseman, hit off his foot down there. I knew that thing came off and just rolled right off the grass. I figured they had to hit something.
Both starting pitchers are out of the ball game now. You have Alexander and now Valentine, the official pitchers of record.
Three tie. Top of the sixth inning from Ivy Watson. Sun Belt League Baseball. The pitch. Outside. 1-1. The pitch. Swung on a miss. Big pitch right there by Zach. Big swing right there by Trace Kate.
He took his time, Joe, and a good job of getting it to Sam Stewart.
Yep. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Like I said, top of the sixth inning.
Yes.
Ground ball, first base. Nice job by the first baseman, Bruiser. He gets it over to Zach Valentine covering, and he gets the out. Really nice job as Bruiser made a diving catch right on the line, got up. Zach Valentine sprinted over to first and got the out.
He did his job, Joe, getting to first base.
Really, really nice job by the first baseman, Zach Bruiser and Michael Bruiser, and by Zach Valentine that time. 3-1 on the put out for the Gol'Diggers. Landon Underhill will come up. He's 1 for 2 on the evening. Left-handed hitter, wears number 19. Underhill doubled his last time up back in the third. Here's the pitch. To the shortstop. Oh, bounced over his head, took a wicked hop off the dirt, and it's going to be a base hit for Underhill. He's trying to get for 2. Nope, he went about a third of the way there and saw he wasn't going to make it and sprinted back to first and slid in for a single. That took a really bad hop. I believe Brady Moore could have thrown him out right there, Mike.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that, Joe.
Probably hit a cleat print out there on the dirt and bounced right over Brady's outstretched glove for the base hit.
And he tells you how hard the infield is right now, too, with this heat.
Blomqvist 0 for 2 tonight. Takes his first pitch. Strike. He doesn't agree with it too much. Steps out. Looks down at his coach. Well, it must not be mandatory for the helmets in the league because the coaches on the Waleska team only have their caps on but no helmets.
Just recommended, I would say.
Probably so. 0-1 now. The pitch. Outside. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. 1 man out. Runner on first. After the tricky hot base hit by Underhill. That one went outside. He started to go but held up.
Valentine with a runner on first.
2-1 count. Underhill at first. Valentine looks in to Sam Stewart. The pitch. Outside. 3-1. Last couple of pitches, looks like he's kind of overstretched out there, and maybe his release point wasn't where he wanted it to be.
Trying to aim it, too.
Zach checks his runner at first. The 3-1 pitch. Tapper down to third baseman. Nice job played on the hop there. Did he get him at second? He did. He got the lead runner at second. He threw it kind of behind the second baseman over there. Bounced it down there. A nice job by Anderson to pick it up. And made the out.
Gets the 5-4 force out. The fielder's choice, putting the runner at first base.
So that's 2 men out. And Blomqvist is on with a fielder's choice. And A.J. Fletcher now, 0 for 2 on the evening, a couple of Ks. The pitch. Oh, right at the first baseman. Bruiser makes the grab right at his ankle for the third out of the inning.
He made 2 defensive gems here in the top of the 6th inning. Down go the Wild Things in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We'll go to the bottom half of the 6th inning as the score remains tied. Gol'Diggers 3, Wild Things 3 is your tune to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. Bottom of the 6th inning here from beautiful Ivy Watson baseball field. This Sunbelt.
Alexander looks in, working from the windup, the pitch. That one stayed high, 2-0. Everybody at regular depth all the way around. Lights are on here at Gainesville. As you can imagine, one man warming up in the bullpen for the Wild Things. That's a base hit. Right field, right between the second baseman and first baseman. Perfectly hit by Brady Moore for a leadoff single.
All right, now get him around.
Sam Stewart will come up now.
Now batting number 28, Sam Stewart.
Sam, let me get my information on Sam here. This is his 4th game appearance. He's batting 500 coming in. So we'll see how if he can raise that average on up tonight. The pitch. Taken for a strike at the letters. 1-1 or 1-0. 0-1. I'll get it right in a minute.
He's from Gainesville, played at Lakeview Academy, now down at Mercer.
Throw over to first. Not in time as Moore is back in plenty of time under the tag. 6 hits for Gainesville, 5 for the Wild Things. The pitch. Base hit right up the middle, right under the pitcher's glove. Nice job by Sam. So he has 2 hits on the year and just raises that average up just a tad over 500 now. Runners on first and second with back-to-back singles brings up Michael Bruiser. And I speak of Bruce one right here, Mike, don't you think?
Absolutely do.
He is 0 for 2 on the night. Michael was.
Now batting number 23, Will Manjurian.
Oh, good pitch hitter.
Okay,
We got Will Manjurian coming in.
Will Manjurian. Manjurian steps back in the left-handed batter's box. Alexander gets his sign from his catcher, Trujillo. Checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Outside corner call strike. Now it's 2-2.
They are perfect here at Ivy Watson, 4-0. They're 5-3 on the road. They lost the first 2 games of the season, 2 close ones to start the year.
Well, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, 2 men on base. Will Manjurian trying to get a single and keep the inning going here, which he will either way. Or for some reason it's a really odd triple play, which I doubt.
Long look.
Checked his runner, stepped off, now here he is back. Check swing, did he go?
They say he did, I think.
And yep, the third base umpire is out there at second, and they said he did go around, which I thought he did. So a swinging strike by Manjurian, so a strikeout. And with 2 men on, 1 out, 2 men on still.
Now batting number 5, Clay Alberson.
Clay Alberson, third baseman, comes back up 0 for 2. On the evening, where's number 5? As I mentioned, left-handed hitter. Right-handed fielder for the Gol'Diggers. Checks the runner at second. Turns around, does the pivot out there. 2 balls, 1 strike. Strike called inside corner. 2-2 now. I'll be waiting too much. Might want to still be aggressive up there at the plate.
Alexander's gotten out of a lot of trouble here in his 3 innings.
Alexander has squirmed his way out of some things, that's for sure.
Surrounded the man on third.
Left runners on first and second, his first inning pitched. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to the first baseman. He'll go to second, try to get the out he did, but he'll be safe at first. And so they've got the force at second to go out 1-6, but they have runners safe at first and third now on the fielder's choice.
So again, the Gol'Diggers have a runner just 90 feet away.
2 men out now.
Now batting number 26, Caleb Ellard.
Caleb Ellard will come back up now. Caleb is 0 for 1. He's hit by a pitch on the knuckle his last time up. Umpires had to check to make sure that he did get hit. They had a conference because the catcher thought that it didn't. Caleb would love to get a base hit and score that run right here. That one stayed out and up. 1-0.
Watch for a ball to get by the catcher here.
That'd be ideal. Bounce over
I would
the
take
third
it.
base dugout. Heck yeah. The 1-0 pitch. Strike right down Peachtree, 1-1.
That was right down the middle.
Alexander looks in. It's his pitcher from Trujillo. Trujillo has caught the entire game for the Wild Things. The pitch, runner going from first. No throw will be made. Making sure that guy at third doesn't try to scamper home. So stolen base by Alberson. Unassisted, if you will, because there was no run or no play on him. 2 balls, 1 strike now. 2 men out, runners on second and third. Like to get one or both of those guys in. Caleb, what do you say, buddy? Alexander looks in, gets his sign. Time called by Caleb Ellard.
We'll go back to the 3rd inning. Joe had a similar situation with John Anderson at the plate.
2-1 pitch now from Alexander. Outside, 3-1.
Now the green light be on.
Be interesting to see. I believe I'd have it cranked up because you know he wants to throw a strike right here. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Alexander. Taken for a strike, 3-2. Now we got a full count. We'll have a payoff pitch now. And I do mean payoff because it's 3-2 with 2 outs and runners on second and third. The bottom of the 6th inning.
They'll be running.
Here we go. Lifted foul back over the top here. Still 3-2.
Trying to re-rack it, as Don Sutton would say back in the day.
Re-rack it. Is that what you said?
Uh-huh.
Oh, talking about like bowling? Re-rack them?
Yep.
Alexander looks in to get his sign with the payoff pitch. To Ellard. Here it is. Strike 3 called. Outside corner. He's called it all night. That will be the end of the inning for the Gol'Diggers.
And again, the Gol'Diggers leave 2 men on. They had no runs on 2 hits, no errors. 2 men left on base. At the end of 6, we're all tied. Gol'Diggers 3, Wild Things 3. As you're tuned to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. So we go to the 7th inning of play here from Ivy Watson Field. All tied. Joe updating you from Truist Park. Giants and Braves go the 9th inning. It's 2-1 San Francisco.
They win last night?
Braves lost last night 12-10 in a slugfest.
Oh, goodness. Well, they've been on a roll lately. Well, they've won like 14 out of 15 or something like that.
Out of 17 now.
14 out of 17. They've won 14 in a row. Then they've lost 3 in a row.
No, they lost 2. They make it, Joe, 15 out of 18.
15 out of 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here the Gol'Diggers have won 9 of 10, Joe.
All right, due up. We have Matthew Moore, left-handed hitter. 0 for 2 on the evening. Anthony, the first baseman,
Now batting
stands in. He's
Matthew
number 11. Zach Valentine for his 2nd inning of work. The pitch. There's a high fly ball to left field. It's going to right field, excuse me. It goes into the corner. Fielder Theo Bryant, he's out there now. He picks it up, throws it in. Sliding double for Matthew Moore. Matthew's out in right field now. He goes over, makes the play. It was very well hit down into the corner, played it off the wall, and got a double. That'll bring up Cole Costco. There's number 21. See what Valentine can do right here. Gave up a base hit like back in the last inning. That was a pretty good hit right there by Moore. Third baseman in a little bit, about even with the bag. The pitch from Zach Valentine. Here it is. He went, offered at it. Yes, he did. 0-1 to Cole Costco.
You have to keep the runner close to the second base bag. That's
They
a
are.
go-ahead run.
They're playing, shortstop's playing over a little bit, but then he goes back to his regular position. There's a high pop-up. Shortstop's going over Brady Moore. Left fielder's coming in. Left fielder Rochus makes the play in very shallow left field for the first out of the inning.
That helps. That's as good as a strikeout.
Now batting number 23,
F7 if
Miles
you're scoring at home.
Bowens.
It'll bring up Miles Bowens now. Wearing number 23, one of the extra hitters for the Wild Things this evening. Keep that runner right there, fellas. He steps in now. Looks like somewhat cautiously, but he got in the box. Zach Valentine checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Good job by Sam to keep it in front. Tried to backhand it, but he stepped over and got knocked off his leg, and he was able to keep it in front of him there. Keep that runner at second.
This is the third time we have seen Zach Valentine this season.
He pitched last Friday?
No.
Okay. Oh, I remember seeing. I saw him in the middle innings one night. That's right. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 man out, runner on second. The pitch. Strike called outside corner. One count now to Miles Bowens. Bowens on the evening is 0 for 1. He walked and was left stranded on first back in the second inning. Valentine with the 1-1 pitch as he looks in, gets his sign. The pitch. Right back to him at first. They're going to try and get him at second. They did. How about that? The runner got off a little too far right there and was hit really sharply on one hopper back to Zach. Zach wheeled through to Brady Moore at second. And the umpire was right there on the spot to call the man out. So fielder's choice is out 1 to 6 on the putout. So no one man on first now and 2 outs.
And a good decision there by Valentine.
Well, he turned, he could look the runner back, and the runner was leaning too far. Brady snuck in behind him and took the throw and got him out at second. They Ricardo Leonette now. Another EH steps up. He hits one foul down into the left field corner this time.
They got a chance to get out of this inning.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you do. And Bowens had already sprinted around second, thinking it was fair. He might try to scurry on home, but it was not. No balls, one strike, 2 men out. Swung on the miss. Big curveball right there by Zach Valentine. Got him swinging. Two men out. Here in the top of the 7th inning from Ivy Watson. The pitch. Foul tipped. Oh, that went off of Sam Stewart, probably right off his leg or something. Now the catcher, I like the courtesy between the catcher and umpire here, Mike, because the umpire's walking out. He'll talk to Zach for a minute, hand him a ball, let Sam catch his breath, make sure he's okay. And saw that in a college game the other day, and then heard about it in a pro game. It's really good, nice respect. It's a good thing that these guys do. One of the great things about baseball, the respect that everybody has for one another in these situations.
Absolutely.
Sam standing there waiting on the umpire when he got back, hands him the ball. Umpire says, "You ready?" And Sam kind of shakes his head like, "I reckon." No balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Runner on first is Bowens. Here's the pitch by Valentine. Runner going and bounced up there, and the runner will get to second on a stolen base. Stewart, that one bounced up off his wrist, I think. Flexing his left hand there. Kept it in front of him, though, keep him at just at second. Bowens can run pretty good. He's about 4 steps off the bag at second. 5, maybe 6 steps off the bag. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Struck him out.
And that'll do it for the Wild Things here in the top half of 7th inning. For the Wild Things, they had no runs on 1 hit and no errors, 1 left. 7th inning stretch time from Ivy Watson Field. The score tied. It's the Wild Things 3 and the Gol'Diggers 3 as you're tuned to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM.
Who was that in right field? You said it was a new player for the Gol'Diggers in right. Who was that?
It looked like Theo Bryant. Full batter.
Okay.
It looked like they put him in that field.
Gotcha.
It looks like him out there. They can take the EH out and make somebody else do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go to the bottom half of the 7th inning of play. We're all tied. These 2 teams went extra innings, Joe, in the first time they met back on June the 1st in Waleska.
Right, and they've had in Gainesville won what 8-2
Back on Monday night.
On Monday night, so I think if Waleska has a new pitcher in there, I'm thinking. Let me see when he turns his back here.
Well, Alexander had been in since the 4th inning of play.
Mm-hmm.
He pitched 3 innings,
Number
starting for
20
23.
Number 26, Evan Venable. Venable is the new pitcher.
Waleska, number 26, Evan Venable.
Venable is from Roswell, Georgia, and plays at Chattanooga State Tech. So Evan Venable is the new pitcher. I'll get him right in a minute as I write. Try to see. I'm trying to multitask, write and talk at the same time. And you ought to know me. I can't do that. If I was you and come, I'd be in trouble, tripping over myself and everything. Goodness gracious alive. Due up for Gainesville is Brooch, Mayo, and Roddy. 10, 1, and 2. Let's see if the batting order stays the same or if they're changing any. Let's see. Nope, that's Parker coming up first.
Leading off the bottom of the seventh for Gainesville is number 9, Parker Brooch.
Parker stands in, and looks like, yeah, Jackson's on deck over there. So 10, 1, and 2 to start it off here in the bottom of the seventh for the Diggers. Venable will toe the rubber. Waiting on his batter to get in there. Brooch does. The pitch. It was low, 0-1, or 1-0. Excuse me. Mike asked me back earlier this year, I'll go ahead and tell a little story on this, that he asked me one night after a game if I was dyslexic. Here's the pitch. I pop up out into center field. Kate goes over a few steps, makes the grab for the first out of the inning. F8 if you're scoring at home. Brings up Jackson Mayo. Asked me one day after a game if I was dyslexic, because every time it was hit to right, I was saying left. Well, I'm not dyslexic. I just, as I'm looking at it and I see where it goes, I call it, and it might be to my right or my left, but I'm still calling it the wrong direction. Now, why I do that, who knows?
If it goes your right, it's right. If it goes your left, it's left.
Exactly, exactly. So, either way, I'll catch up and make it right anyway. First pitch to Jackson is a ball.
I have dealt with broadcasters with dyslexia for a lot of years, trust me. And it hurts the blank out, we tell you.
It hurts the blank out.
I'm telling you.
I'm called the wrong way, and then you'll hear a name and say, wait a minute, that was the left.
Exactly.
It was the right, yeah.
He was on first, you know.
Yep. That 1-0 pitch is way outside, 2-0. That would be funny. You start hearing the who's on first, and what's on second, all that stuff. I don't know who's on third, yeah. The 2-0 pitch by Venable. So he looks in to get his sign. Here it is. Outside again. He's not following through at all. He's kind of stopping about 3/4 and just letting go of it. It's 3 balls and no strikes to Jackson Mayo. Jackson would love to get one in his wheelhouse right here, wouldn't he, Michael?
Absolutely.
The 3-0 pitch to Jackson Mayo. Here it is. Down Peachtree, down at the Nates.
You can hear a strike. If you're watching at home on the YouTube channel, you can see that, hey, this is very coachable.
Yep.
Them to correct this motion.
3 balls, 1 strike, 1 man out. That one bounced up, and Mayo's going to make it down to first for sure as it bounced all the way back to the fence, and he'll stop it first with ball 4.
Now batting, number 24.
Bounced away, like I said, but the catcher got on it. And that was Trujillo. Got it. Got back out for Jackson. Could go any farther. Bryce Roddy, number 24, will step back up now. Bryce is 0 for 2 on the day. Walked his last time up. Or excuse me, walked back in the 3rd and scored.
You got to see what kind of move he's got in the first.
First pitch to Roddy is a strike outside. Yeah, see if what kind of lead Jackson's going to get. There's 1, 2, 3 steps, 3.5, 4. The pitch, he's gone. Throw down by Trujillo is going to miss him, and the second baseman has to back it up down there as he'll be safe.
He just kept going, Joe.
Yes, sir. Safe at second. He, as the throw went down and went by the shortstop who was coming over, second baseman had to catch it out there right on the edge of the grass to keep Jackson to just the 1 stolen base. Roddy will stand in with a chance to drive in a go-ahead run right here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the 7th, the pitch. Fly ball out to left. Oh, it's going to be drop in for a base hit. It's going to be a double down in the left field corner. That's what the doctor ordered. Bryce Roddy with a stand-up double RBI. That'll score Jackson Mayo.
And the Gold Diggers take the lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning. First run for either team since the 3rd.
Just what the doctor ordered by Bryce Roddy right there. We just talked about it. And he drove him in with a nice piece hit and went the other way with it, Mike. Hit it right down in the corner in left field and got a 2-base double out of it. John Anderson, I think, yes, number 29, will step up, pitching coach, or one of the coaches will come out and talk. Yep, they're going to have a new pitcher now coming up for the Wild Things.
We'll have a short leash there. We'll keep it right here. The Atlanta Braves go to the bottom of the 9th inning, Joe, trailing 3-1.
Yeah,
as the Giants scored an insurance run in the top of the 9th inning off of A.J. Minter. And so the Braves will try to avoid their second straight loss to the Giants.
It's like number 32, or it could be 22. Let me see. Comes out there. He's standing in.
See what our score says. We're looking at him.
Anthony Allman.
All right.
That's what it looks like. Number 22.
Be the 4th pitcher used by the Wild Things.
Allman.
By the way, the Braves and Giants play a day game tomorrow on Getaway Day. And then they call it 32, Joseph. So then Freddie Freeman and the Los Angeles Dodgers come to Truist Park for a 3-game weekend series.
Okay. It's number 32, and on their 32, according to this one, is Skylar Thelman from Gainesville, Georgia. Never heard of him. Skylar Thelman, Thellman. And on the roster, he's on there as an infielder. So.
The pitcher for the Wild Things is number 32, Skylar Thelman.
And he goes to University of Dayton, but he's from Gainesville, Georgia. Says he's 6'4". Never heard of him. Have you, Michael?
I have not.
Interesting. Either way, he's the new pitcher for the Wild Things. He'll get his 5, 6, 7, 12, whatever it is in this league, warm-up pitches.
And I apologize. I have not heard of this young man who would be that good to go to college and play for the Flyers.
And we'd like to know if Mom and Dad's listening at home, text us and tell us where he went to school at so we'll know. Maybe he just lives here now. Who knows?
Why not live here? The best place in the world.
Exactly. Got the mountains, the lakes, the trout stream right up the road.
And the weather always changes.
Yeah, what's the old saying? If you don't like the weather, just stay here for 24 hours, you can probably see 3 or 4 seasons. And there have been days where I've seen about 4 seasons, that's for sure. Now, many years ago, I remember the high that day started about 68, and by the end of the day, it was 30, and it was snowing. So, yeah, we got to see all 4 seasons in that 24-hour period. I was a younger buck back in those days.
Now batting number 29, John Anderson.
John Anderson will be at the plate. New pitcher is Skylar Thelman. Runner on second after the go-ahead RBI double by Bryce Roddy. Drove in Jackson Mayo. First pitch to Anderson is a ball. 1-0.
4-3 now, bottom of the 7th inning for the Gol'Diggers.
As Mike said, the 4th pitcher of the night used by the Wild Things. The pitch. There's a line drive going to drop in. Yes, the left fielder, I think, misjudged it. He in the right, the guy on second. Roddy had to wait to see because it looked like he was going to get over there and get on it and make the catch, but then it dropped over to his left towards center field. So a single drove Roddy over to third, and Anderson's on first with a single. So now 1 man out, 2 men on with a run in here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Theo Bryant will come to the plate next. Chance to add some more runs here. Theo's swing and a miss. Fastball, big cut by Theo right there.
Check, Joe. Change C.J. Blackwell.
C.J. Blackwell, all right. So C.J. Blackwell may be out there in right field now. We'll have to check it next inning and see if he goes out there. Runner goes over. Number 21, C.J. Blackwell. Thank you, Matt. C.J. will stand up for his first plate appearance of the day. Runner going. There's a 2-hopper out to the shortstop. Ball goes over. C.J. almost beat that one out, but he drives in a run to give him a 2-run cushion and puts that runner at second now. So an RBI fielder's choice by C.J.
He closed the book on the starting pitcher here and in this inning, Joe. He only goes a third of the inning and gives up 2 runs. It's now 5-3 Gol'Diggers.
And Brady Moore, number 17 comes in now. Nice job to put the ball in play by C.J. right there. Give him an RBI. That would be, that's his first RBI on the season, but a good piece of hitting for him out there. Good job. And that pitch is a strike, 0-1. 9 hits now for the Gol'Diggers, 6 for the Wild Things. The pitch. Stayed inside, 1-1.
Update Major League Baseball, which helps sponsor the Sun Belt League. Dancy Swanson with a solo home run to straightaway center field. It's 3-2 Giants in the bottom of the 9th.
We need another dinger. 1-1. Pitch. Runner going. Gets down to third. He's going to be safe as he got under the tag.
Good job.
And that's John Anderson got in just under the tag. It was a pretty good throw that time by Trujillo down to his third baseman, Blomqvist. It was a ball to Brady Moore, so he now is ahead 2-1 in the count. Runner at third, the pitch. Ooh, nice job by Trujillo as that bounced up and could have been another run for the Gol'Diggers, Mike. As Robert did a really nice job of catching that one hopper coming in over to his right. He had to slide over a good 2 feet to catch that one.
Keep on digging. We're just 6 outs away from victory.
3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. In between hop, he got it all with his glove, threw it over there for the 3rd out of the inning.
But the Gol'Diggers add 2 runs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll go to the top half of the 8th Brandy ball game. The Gol'Diggers 5 and the Wild Things 3 is your tune. The Sun Belt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM.
Nine's on the mound. 19's on the mound.
Max DeYoung.
The new pitcher for Gainesville is number 19, Max DeYoung.
Matt DeYoung. Gotcha. DeYoung spelled with a J. Yep.
Gol'Diggers looking for a victory here. New pitcher is, what a job for Zach Valentine. He'll be the winning pitcher. We can hold on this ball game.
Matt DeYoung, spelled D-E-J-O-N-G. Now pitching for the Gol'Diggers. Where's number 19? Right-handed hitter, or right-handed thrower, excuse me. Robert Trujillo, the catcher. Buck Olson, the left fielder, and Trace Kate, the center fielder, are due up 9, 10, and 1 for the Wild Things this inning. Looks like that's all the changes, from what I can tell out there. Yeah, that left the guy in right field now is not Theo Bryant, but that is C.J. Blackwell. Out there, and we saw C.J. playing some defense earlier this year and doing a really nice job. Got his first RBI of the season back in the bottom of the last inning. We're now in the 8th. Nice throw down there to second by Sam Stewart as they finish the warm-up tosses.
You know, I do have one suggestion for Todd Pratt, the Commissioner of the League. Somehow there'll be some communication between the home plate umpire or the crew chief to the officials go over here in the booth and say, here's changes that are being made.
Well, I heard him holler at that time. I think Matt heard it. It was 1-9 on the mound. I heard that part, but on my roster, I don't have a 1-9 on my Gainesville roster. I think he's one of the new guys.
Things.
No, Reinhardt is the home of the Eagles. Waleska is the Wild Things. You want them to change their name already, huh? Swing and a miss by Underwood for a strikeout from the game for DeYoung.
Start counting them down, 5 outs away to victory.
Now batting number 37, Buck Olson.
Olson, left-handed hitter. Left fielder, wears number 37 now at the plate. He is 1 for 2 on the evening. First pitch by DeYoung. Here it is. He's popping the mitt for sure. That's a little low. 1-0.
updating the Braves game, Joe. Matt Olson just missed a walk-off home run with Marcelo Zuna on first, but he did tag him, go to second base. And they're still down by a run in the ninth.
And we'll set it outside, 2-0. Matt Olson's been accepted very well in the Atlanta community, which I figured he would be. He's a local kid from the Atlanta, Georgia area. There's a ground ball out to second base. Good job by Anderson to get over there. Throws him out over to Bruiser at second, or first, for the second out of the inning.
Is that Bruiser or Mangurian?
Mangurian, excuse me. You're correct.
Now batting number 5, Trace Kate.
So center fielder Kate up for the Wild Things.
So put out was 4-3, and really nice job by Anderson to get over. He had to go a long way to get that one. Came right out, threw it over to Mangurian for the second out of the inning. Kate stands in. The pitch. Outside. Oh, 1-0. The Young. The 1-0. Makes it 2-0 now. .10:05 on the East Coast. Makes it 6:05 out west. 7:05 out west.
3 hour difference.
Oh, that's right, 7. I'm thinking 9. Call strike on the outside corner. 2-1. Makes it sometime in the afternoon in Hawaii and sometime tomorrow in France. 2-1 to Kate. Oh, that one bounced up. He overthrew that one bad. That one bounced up and hit the shin guard for Sam Stewart and bounced all the way down to first base as Mangurian got it and tossed it over to Chris Carpenter, pitching coach for the Gol'Diggers.
Yeah, all scuffed up.
Yeah. Probably got a good little scuff after it hit that shin guard.
That's when you get back to the pitcher, though.
Yeah. 3-1 now. The pitch. Ground ball. Third base. Oh, right under his glove. Believe it's going to be a base hit. Yes, base hit right under his glove down at third under Alberson. So Kate will have a base hit for his second time at bat.
Now batting number 19, Landon Underhill.
Landon Underhill will come up now, number 19. 2 for 3 on the night. Double and a single. He'll stand in now. Left-handed hitter. Singled and left-stranded. I was actually caught. Yeah, he was not left-stranded. He was out 5-4 the last inning. Golly, Moses.
He is bringing it.
Glove. Yeah. I was thinking and you said it.
Well, Joe, William Contreras just drives in Marcelo Zuna. We're tied 3-3 with the Braves and the Giants.
And he's a big pickup for the Braves. Contreras has been this year.
Absolutely.
The pitch. Big swing and a miss inside corner for a strike. 1-1. Now, Contreras is a catcher this year, correct?
Yes, look at the combination between Travis d'Arnaud and William Contreras.
Exactly. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Outside.
And, of course, Contreras' big brother, Wilson Contreras, is the catcher for the Cubs.
Okay. We know a guy that used to catch for the Cubs, don't we?
Yes, we do.
2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs. Swung on and missed. 2-2. Got a little ahead of myself there. I think it was 3. Yes, I would say that Matt Young is bringing it, boys and girls. You're probably hearing the glove pop on every pitch now.
Say it's hot enough.
2-2. Pitch. Strike 3, swinging for the third out of the inning.
How about that? What an inning for DeYoung as we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. It's the Gol'Diggers, maybe with their last at-bat in the ball game. It's Gainesville 5, Waleska 3 as you're tuned to the Sunbelt League game here on 97.5 Glory FM. I'm sure Mike and Chris gave him a big hand.
Oh, man, yeah. Big high five, little old five, whatever. I'll bring you some more, baby. Here you go. As we said back there in high school, so they were slinging that tater right there.
Right. So Bellman's going to get the loss, right? And then Valentine will win.
Right.
I believe it would be
actually started that 7th inning where they got the go-ahead run off them.
Yeah, Venable was in there. That's right. So they got their way off Venable. So he just
Half of the 8th inning of play here from Ivy Watson Baseball Field. And a chance to remain undefeated at home this year, Joe.
they're going to try their best to. All right, second inning of work, or second partial inning of work. Number 32 is Skylar Thelman. He's back on the mound for the Wild Things.
He came in for Venable, who would be the losing pitcher in this ball
Correct.
game.
Sam Stewart, Will Mangurian, and Clay Alberson due up for the Diggers. That would be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the lineup. Sam is strolling to the plate. Got to be pretty cool for these kids that play in this area to get to play some summer ball for these guys that are playing college. Of course, they're in college, but it's got to be kind of cool. You get to stay at home and play summer ball right here during the summer. That's really neat.
Again, you got 9 host homes here in the Gainesville area, hosting these players out of the area.
And that's what, 7 more from last year? I think we only had 2 or 3 last year.
Yeah,
That's
2
really-
last year.
Ground ball, nice backhanded play by Blomqvist down there. Throws Sam out at first by a step, but a really nice backhanded play by Blomqvist down at third for the Wild Things. Yeah, that's really neat that you had 7 more homes step up to become host homes
Absolutely.
for these guys this summer. And, you know, I'm sure they got to be thankful, but that's kind of cool because you think about it. Here's, you know, I'm not picking on him, but I talk about Sam a lot because he's from California, but Sam basically got an adopted family here this summer.
Absolutely.
It's really nice to have him and make some good friends while he's here.
He might go home with a draw.
That would be funny. That first pitch to Will Manjurian is outside corner, excuse me, for a strike. Can you hear that when he gets home or he calls mom and dad? He said, "Hey, y'all." 0-1 pitch now to Mangurian. That was low.
I'll tell you a funny quick story is that we used to have on our station a missionary from Latin America. And he said, "Oh, Brother Mike," he said, the nations, they listen to you. They learn English by listening to you on going home. My goodness. Okay.
They're learning English from listening to Mike. I
Yes.
love it. Strike call on the outside corner. Will didn't necessarily agree with it. He looks over at takes a step out and looks over at the bench area, dugout area for the Gol'Diggers. 1-2 count. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Second out. And another strikeout. First one by
Thelman.
Thelman in this game. And we'll bring up Clay Alberson. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. The 12th strikeout of the night.
Now batting number 18,
Riley.
Riley.
That's right. Go ahead and get this
Riley
down.
Sanford.
Yeah, Clay, just go ahead and get the 9th inning and get this thing over.
Riley Stanford at the fouled one off the catcher's glove. Back to the screen. And Riley Stanford from Gainesville, Georgia Tech man.
But to be for high.
Was he a Tony Wolf product?
I think so.
The pitch. Known Tony a long time. Played a little Legion ball, played at Gainesville High. Really good friend. He actually was in recreation before he became a full-time coach and teacher and coach down at Buford. And now he's the AD one down there. Very big swing and a miss by Riley Stanford. Known Mr. Tony a long time.
As we mentioned, though, the 2 Georgia Tech players, they are true student athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Mikey, of course, went to Georgia Tech.
Yep. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Stanford. Here's the pitch. Outside, got away. I think I might have bounced over his glove that time.
You know, Mike mentioned his connection still with the Georgia Tech baseball team. He was able to get a couple of their players.
Well, and I read something the other day. It didn't really come out and say it, but Danny Hall is supposed to make up his mind, I think, in the next week or so, whether he's going to stay or retire. So he's been there a long time, been successful at Tech. Swing, fouled off, back into the parking lot.
Well, he coached Micah back in the day, didn't
Yep, yep. Well, if I'm not mistaken, he came from Miami, didn't he?
he? Yes, he did.
And he was successful there, and he's been at Georgia Tech, been successful at Tech. And
Over 25 years.
Yep, yep. The pitch. Ground ball out to the shortstop. Nice little scoop out there by Fletcher. Throws over to first. He came off the bag and then tagged him anyway for the 3rd out of the inning.
So 3 up, 3 down go the Diggers here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. We're 3 outs away from victory. The Wild Things need 2. The Gol'Diggers need 3 outs as we go to the top of the 9th inning with the score. Gainesville 5, Waleska 3 on 97.5 Glory FM.
Really? Yep. And about that?
3 at the bottom of the ninth. Inning, Gol'Diggers looking for the victory, 3 outs away. And big news at Truist Park is that the Braves have a walk-off. They score 3 runs at the bottom of the 9th inning, and they defeat San Francisco by a final of 4-3. They'll wrap up the series tomorrow with a day game from Truist Park.
Is number 12, Brett Blomqvist.
All right. Third baseman now, Brett Blomqvist, will lead it off, 3-4-5. DeYoung is still in there to pitch. He would get the save.
Yes, he would.
Get the win. That one's a high fastball missed upstairs. And Valentine will get the win.
That's correct.
It would make Zach, if that can happen, make him 2-0 on the season. Foul back to the screen now, 1-1.
Both those wins right here.
Mm-hmm. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the 9th inning. Gainesville Gol'Diggers trying to finish off this game with a win. Matt Young with on the pitch. Last inning in this one, trying to get the save, the pitch. Big curveball stayed up high, 2-1.
Again, looking for their 10th win of the season.
2 wins ahead of the nearest team, which I think is in the Central Division, or the East or West Division. That one stayed up high, 3-1. Now he's might be a little excited. He's overthrowing.
Well, this win here, Joe, will give the Gol'Diggers a 2.5 game lead over Waleska.
3 balls, 1 strike, time called by Blomqvist. Blomqvist is another one in the dugout before the game. He said, "How do you pronounce this name right here?" I said, "Blomqvist." He said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "That's exactly right." Did he go? Yes, he went. Strike call, 3-2, excuse me. And he said, "How'd you know?" I said, "There's only 1 O. If it was 2 O's, it'd be Blomqvist."
There you go.
I've been around a day or two calling these names. I've had to announce them for a while. 3-2 count. DeYoung with the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, struck him out.
2 outs away.
Big fastball right there by Matt DeYoung. Strike out Brett Blomqvist. A.J. Fletcher now the shortstop. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Really nice play. He had a line drive, a low sinking line drive to Bruiser at first. Last time up, caught it right there between his shin area. He's really overthrowing now. That pitch was right there to mask of Sam Stewart. So don't slow it down any, but just bring it down. At least point a little bit different. 1 ball, no strikes, the pitch. That one's up, 2-0. I'm sure kept rising, makes it a full count.
He's got an impressive scout, Joe.
Mm-hmm. He's slinging it, that's for sure. DeYoung with the payoff pitch. Outside walking.
See, one thing about these Gol'Digger players, all of them on the roster we have seen, is Micah said back on Friday night talking with Dave Cohen, man, they're just hungry. They want to play.
They want to play. Yep. And that's good. You know, you want a group that wants to play.
It won't get better.
That way they're going to be. That way they're going to be ready and prepped on game day. Makes them good. Matthew Morrow will step in, the left-handed hitter. He is 1 for 3 on the day. Got a double back in the last inning and was tossed out. Pitcher to shortstop. There's a high pop-up out into left field. Brooch is going to come over. He'll make the grab for the second out of the inning. F7 on the put out if you're scoring a home. One out left now. Cole Costco, I think, is the man up. Yes, it is. Number 21, the right fielder. He'll come up. He is 1 for 3 on the day. Hit that solo shot right next to the scoreboard back in the second inning to give them the brief lead at 2-1. DeYoung trying to finish this one out for his, I'm guessing, first save of the year. Yes, it would be. Strike called outside corner, a little off speed because the glove didn't pop that time.
And as far as we know, his first outing as a Gold Digger.
Well, no, he's pitched 3.2 innings.
Got you. Okay.
Giving up 3 hits, walked. He struck out 9, though.
On the road.
Yep. Big swing and a miss right there, 0-2. 2.46 ERA coming in. That'll lower a little bit after this outing if he gets out of this one with unscathed. The 0-2 pitch now coming from DeYoung to Costco. There it is. Runner going. Swung on him, missed, struck him out to end the ballgame.
Gold Diggers win. Final score, Gainesville 5, Waleska 3. We're back in 1 minute. Wrap it up for you on 97.5 Glory FM. Back here at Watson Baseball Field, Gold Diggers win their 5th game at home, their 10th game of the season, 4 in a row now for the Gold Diggers. They improved to 10-3 on the season. The Wild Things dropped to 6-4 on the year. Final score, Gainesville 5, Waleska 3, and Joe has the totals.
For Waleska, 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, 5 men left on base. For Gainesville, 5 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors, 9 men left on base. Gainesville's pitchers over the night, folks, they struck out 12 and only walked 2. So a good outing again for Coach Mike Owens, pitcher and staff for the Gold Diggers tonight.
Again, a big win for Zach Valentine, the winning pitcher for the Gold Diggers, and Venable, who was the 3rd pitcher used by the Wild Things. He's a losing pitcher for Waleska.
Yep, losing pitcher, and then the save came in by Matt DeYoung. Came in there and threw some BBs and threw a couple off-speed pitches and got the strikeout there and had 3 strikeouts in his 2 innings of work.
So again, we're back with you coming up on Friday and on Saturday here from Ivy Watson Field. Looking at a 6:35 game time with our pregame show starting at 6:15, both on Friday and on Saturday. Hope you'll join us here on your radio station home of Gold Diggers Baseball, 97.5 Glory FM, with a live video stream on YouTube. Always go to GvilleGoldDiggers.com and click on the YouTube channel to see the action here from Ivy Watson Baseball Field. They continue winning. It has been a winning night here on 97.5 Glory FM. After going 0-2 to start the season, they've won 10 out of 11 games, Joe. Look as good as anything.
They're playing really good baseball. I mean, other than a couple of errors, miscues tonight they played really good baseball all night. They hit the ball well tonight and played good defense when they had to. A couple of really good defensive plays. 1 running catch out by Mayo, and really nice place by Brooch down at first at Bruiser. So I tell you what, they're playing some good baseball right now. They need to keep it up.
But some outstanding pitching again.
Yeah, pitching has been really key for them. They've done an excellent job. The pitching staff has. Needed some. Zach Valentine came in and looked like he was going to be in a little trouble there that first inning he pitched. Came in and really shut the door in the second inning he pitched, and then brought Matt DeYoung in, and wow, he just threw some BBs.
No doubt about that from that standpoint. And, of course, had the big home run early in the ballgame. Both teams had one long ball, and it was a much hotter day here at Ivy Watson.
Yeah, it was a lot warmer, that's for sure. I'm hoping it'll cool off a couple of degrees for this weekend.
No doubt about it. Hope you'll join us again coming up on Friday right here on your radio station home for Gold Diggers Baseball, 97.5 Glory FM. Tonight's game brought to you by Conditioned Air Systems, by NGPG Ortho and Sports Medicine, by Long Street Cafe, and by North Hall Tire and Wheel. And for the entire sports team at 97.5 Glory FM and Team Glory Sports, for producer Nathan Laddie, for Joe Galey, I'm Mike Warford. Make sure you join us next time as we bring you more Gainesville Gol'Diggers baseball for the Sun Belt League on 97.5 Glory FM. And on this winning night from Ivy Watson Field, good night, everybody.